Hey, this is Kineer. Welcome to another Dune Awakening live stream. I think we're on number 25 right now, which is a lot of live streams and a lot of Dune Awakening. Pretty exciting. Here's another patch that came out today from the fine folks over at Funcom. This one doesn't have as much in it, but I think the impact is pretty big as well. We're going to see how that goes. I'm going to walk through this, just a couple items real quickly before we get to playing the game. So this is 1.1.15. 0. So this just came out this morning. And then actually there was a second little minor patch that they announced on the Discord as well. So something else happened, a connectivity issue, right? Anyway, so this is July 7th of 2025. And as you can see, there's just not much to it, but we're going to cover a couple things. I think the first four of these are all about tier 6 materials dropping in the deep desert or availability, right? So just tier 6 resources across a wider area. We'll see how that is. They added randomization to the respawn timer of unique loot containers in the deep desert. I think that means essentially anything that was in the PvP zone, E, halfway through E and above. Those were on hard timers before, and so it's causing a lot of people a lot of trouble. Not me, I haven't been into any of them, but like the testing stations and the shipwrecks and things like that, people were having to go in and just kind of wait, set timers and stare at them, and they didn't really know whether anything was happening, and so it looks like they've added some randomization to that. So you could walk up to it and it could be, there could be 5 minutes left before the timer clicked, and you wouldn't know, or you could have been sitting there for an hour plus and you're just kind of waiting, hoping it's going to time out eventually. So Plastinium tier components, they are split up in the testing stations, caves, and shipwrecks, which is interesting. And fallen shipwrecks, I always called them crashed, and buried treasure can drop components from any location. So it sounds like the buried components were limited or different in the PvE zone before. So maybe you can go hunting for buried treasure and get better treasure now. Not sure. I'm going to take a scanner and we'll see if we can find something out there in the desert. So we'll do that eventually. And then added a chance of different selections of uniques in the PvE loot in the deep desert. I think the buried testing stations that I had gone to seemed to drop the exact same thing every single time. So maybe they're randomizing those. Those are the ones that were in rows somewhere within B to E, right? So there were more of them. Maybe they'll cover a lot of them. This is a huge one. I think this is either the spiciest the desert's ever been, or it's back to, I think it's more than it has been, right? Honestly, I don't remember exactly if there were 30 small spice fields originally, but I know they took them to 22, back to 30. So it's at least as spicy as it's ever been. Absolutely. And then they took the mediums from 5 back to 8. So that's all good news, I think, in general. Because we were seeing a couple of them here and there. This one I don't know about, and I have a little bit of concern. The delay for leaving the PvP security zone increased from 5 to 30 seconds to prevent border camping to allow PvP players to protect their area. I don't know what this applies to. If this means like the line across the E row, that when you're leaving, it takes 30 seconds before you are in the PvE area again. That's 25 more seconds for somebody to chase you and kill you for no reason whatsoever other than you're in the wrong place. If this is about, let's say, control points and the way that some PvP players were gaming other PvP players, then probably it's a fix for something, right? I don't like the idea because there are a lot of... and I'm not saying I don't like the idea in general, but I'm a little nervous because I know just like flying to my own base, like we have a base out in the deep desert every week that we have to cross over at least 1 or 2 control points in a shipwreck that I have no interest in engaging in. I'm not landing on them. I'm not looting them. I'm not trying to capture them. I'm not trying to do anything except just to fly in a straight line. I pass over them. And usually if you're at 700 meters or something like that, you see the little indicator that says you're going into a PvP zone, and then seconds later it's gone. So you don't think about it. If you're flying over something for all of 5 seconds and then there's 30 seconds of exposure after you flew over something that's behind you, that's probably a problem, because I can see some people trying to grief people over it. It's still difficult. You sure aren't going to fly over at a low altitude, that's for sure. You're not going to want to be anywhere near those zones. So And I've seen some places where there's like a titanium node that's just, it's on a piece of rock nearby, or it's right inside the PvP zone or something like that. And I guess, you know, maybe they're trying to draw people in. Who knows? Anyway, we'll see how that goes. We'll find something and fly up to it and fly away, and we'll find a couple things and see how that works. And then this last one is really, really cool, I think. This has been a real, I've run into this. I am fortunate enough that I have been on frequently, that when the Landsraad tasks open up in the game, I can go pursue them. But I have had some where I have to fly back to my base to get some resources I already have. And I'm not turning in enough to close it out or claim it. I'm just trying to get to that 700 points or above. And I'll fly in, and by the time I get to the quartermaster to turn it in, it's been claimed. And I'm done. I've spent all the time, I haven't done anything, and there's no reward. It looks like now, if you have one of the kill or delivery contribution quests, you'll be able to continue to contribute to it and still get personal credit for it, which means you can then go to the Landsraad representative and say, I'd like to be paid for whatever, and get your reward. And I think that's pretty cool. That's nice. That's going to mean people who have lives, who are not here all the time, can play later and find something and contribute and participate in the Landsraad, even if they weren't doing it before. And it has no effect on the outcome. It just allows individuals to, you know, quite frankly, you could earn tax money. You know, you could earn enough to pay your taxes for, you know, the 2 weeks or whatever. So anyway, game stability, new audio alert for the PvP zone change. Okay, that sounds cool. We'll check that out. Reduce cases for the sandworm, can push vehicles under terrain. I don't know what that's about. It's interesting. The other day I came in from the world map to Hagga Basin, and you know, they put you on the sand, and your ornithopter's right in front of you. And the moment I got there, the worm literally went underneath us and flipped us up in the air. And then maybe that's what that is, right? The chances that the sandworm can push vehicles under terrain, not under the terrain. I don't know. We'll see. Because that happened to me. It didn't kill me, and it didn't come back. But they zoned me in. You know, they dropped me into the zone, and I had nothing to do with it. And boom, I was there. Anyway. Fixes, and then this is the one that's interesting. Fixed an exploit that would allow building a vehicle with items from another player's inventory. Yeah, that's interesting. So we'll see where that goes. Okay, so just a reminder, I am dual streaming on YouTube at Kineer and on Twitch/Kineer Gaming. We continue to grow on both platforms. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe wherever it is you like to watch. Today's video, or today's live stream, was very short notice. I'm behind schedule today. I do try to schedule a little further in advance on YouTube, but sometimes it happens and it doesn't. If you like to, feel free to comment during the chat. I try to respond to everybody that's here, and if you don't get a chance to comment, then hit the like button. If that's not something you're comfortable with, that's cool. You know, whatever you want to do, that's cool. If you just want to sit here and lurk and watch, that's fine too. If you have a question later, feel free to leave a question on the video or any of my videos, and I usually respond to those as well. So anyway, what are we doing this time? Last time, made new wings for the ornithopter that's sitting right behind me, and did some testing on that. Did a bunch of scouting out in the deep desert, and got chased around, got shot. First time got my wings shot, damaged, my hull damaged. I was landing near some titanium. There was nobody else around. There was probably like 15 nodes on it, and some guy in an ornithopter was just kind of sitting there waiting, and he jumped up in the air and started shooting rockets at me. So another PvPer defending his territory or something like that. Was not impressive. I went back later in the morning on Sunday morning, because evidently they all stay up late and don't sleep, and I took all the titanium I wanted, so it didn't really have an effect. I got anything and everything I wanted. I turned it into a bunch of plastinium, and it worked just fine. Anyway. Off stream, we've started the process of tearing down the base for the week. It is, we are just about ready for the Coriolis Storm to start. I assume I'm going to get some news on that. And I started building a new guild base, or a guild base, in Hagga Basin here. And it looks a lot like the one out of the deep desert, because I used the same Solido design. And we're kind of expanding it. There's not much going on here right now. We have to get the rest of the base torn down in the deep desert, but I wanted to leave it up. So we got a patch, we have a base up there where we can go look around and we can see what's going on. So we're going to do that. Also going to hit Arrakis to check taxes and check on the stuff that we've listed at the exchange. And a bunch of other stuff. We're going to go test some things in the deep desert and see if the stuff in the patch works. But anyway, let's get out of here. This is actually the area where you drop in right when you come in from the world map. I'm trying to find it. There's a base over here. Like every time I come in from the world map, that might be it. I don't know. We're pretty close to it. Oh, it's right here. So like if you drop in from the world map at the 12 o'clock position, it puts you right here in the sand. And this is the area kind of everybody, well, a lot of people, I won't say everybody, there's a very big base. A lot of people are dropping bases in here because if you have one up here, you can fly straight to there and go out to the world map, and when you come back in, you're pretty close. So, but I'm actually pretty close to my own base here right now. So I'm going to go from this spot, where there's Sentinel City. I'm going to just fly over here, and I'm going to go to Arrakis and take care of some taxes and things like that. Make sure I have those taken care of. Those are the new wings, flying at about 100. I'm at 177 right now, but temperature's coming up. Turn that off. I never get used to that, I swear. Let's get up here so I don't accidentally just fly into the same place again. Just gonna head this way. There you go. We're gonna get there. Yeah, I listed some new things on the exchange last week. Not only kind of regular. Where's my guy? Not only the kind of normal stuff I've been listing, like blueprints and equipment and bike parts and that kind of thing, but I actually put some items up there like low-grade lubricant. And maybe some, I don't know if it was aluminium or spice dust infused stuff, but some kind of more resource, manufacturing resource stuff, just to see if it would sell. And those were like at 150, 170 Solari a piece. And so there's an opportunity to manufacture items and drop them on the market for when people need 10, 20, 50, 100 or something, and they just want to go get it. So I thought I would experiment that a little bit. Plus, I'm going to check the taxes because I did put down this new base, and I don't know if that's going to rack up taxes quickly, or I do plan on doing some staking around it and take a little bit more land just to make sure I have easy paths in and out. But it's right on the sand. I can't imagine anybody cares about the sand in front of that base. And I hope that area back there doesn't get as densely packed as, let's say, East Vermilius Gap is right now. East Vermilius Gap is ridiculous. And I'm hearing that from people on other servers too. It's just that so many people are building up there, and I don't know why, because the only real resources there that are rare is iron, and after a point, it's not important. I took down my original East Vermilius Gap base, which was very useful in the move up, but after a while it just became something I had to keep fueling, so I did want to take that down. I don't think I have anything else going on here. I don't have any other quests. I do have some items in my inventory, so I think there's some stuff over at Harko Village to deal with. Let's look at the exchange first and see. I'm thinking I have a bunch of things that have expired. Oh, I did sell. Okay, so I sold 48 of these. That's pretty cool. At 10 of them would be 1,500. 100 would have been 15,000. So that's not bad. Spice infused Duralumin and dust. Did that. Station garb sold. The copes. I had so many of these things after like 2 weeks ago. Like I just kept getting them. And the sand bike booster sold at 14. Okay. So that's a pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm up over 800,000 again. These guys didn't sell the Mendex rattle. I didn't think was that. I just kind of put it out there to see if somebody was going to do something with it. Insufficient capacity in vehicle storage. I don't know what that means. Oh, I can't put it in the vehicle. That's fine. Well, I want to put it in my... I don't want to send it to the vehicle, right? So I'm going to relist those for the same price. See if somebody wants them at some point in time. They're not terrible. Mendex rattle, we're going to relist that for 20,000. It's actually a pretty good gun. The Artisan Disruptor, we're going to relist that one for 1,000. Not really that big of a deal. Long shot's nice. I like that. We're going to relist the long shot for 10,000. Did I have that? Yeah, there you go. Oh, hold on. No, I'm not going to relist it for that. I'm going to relist the long shot for 7,500. Because I don't want to, the Wayfinder helm. I don't think anybody cares about these. These are a weird drop as far as I'm concerned. In any case, so I still have a bunch of them active now. There's a Mendex rattle, so that's still high priced, making the other Mendex rattle look better. This one is not selling at all, so no one is buying the low-grade lubricant, but the spice infused duraluminum dust sold fine. Let's see. We also need to do the Landsraad thing. Let me take care of that before we leave. Yeah, it was a little loud in there. So this week, House Atreides won. We did contribute a little bit, not much, but a little bit of voting power there. This is interesting. These are still marked as open. Nobody ever claimed them because I think Atreides got the, look at this, like three Sisselrads. So technically speaking, according to the patch, you could continue to deliver plastinium ingots. If who knows why you'd want to do that. But, and I don't know if it still works right now or if it only works up until the point where the decision has been made. But you could do something like, where's a good one here? No, that's not. Kill Atreides house troops. That's not that. It's not the easiest one. Kill scavengers. Here's one. So arguably speaking, even after this is claimed, you could just go down to like Hagga Basin South and wipe out scavengers until you got 700 points worth, and it's worth 10,000 Solari, which is a pretty good deal. I can't imagine killing enough scavengers to get 14,000, but I did. I killed some scavengers, 759, and then I did some other ones. You know, those are easy to pick up. Oh, we're going to do a vote. This is the one the guys last week were interested in, and it didn't pass. And I put it out in the guild chat. Nobody was really. We're gonna kick our 38 in, so 38 out of 9,400. So maybe we'll get experience bonus next week or this week. But in any case, made a little bit of cash. I didn't bring anything up here to sell. I should have. I wasn't running the Imperial testing stations. Hold on a second. I'm going to fix this. This is kind of driving me crazy here. So loud. They said that they made the Ornithopter engines lower volume, but that wasn't happening for me. That was just crazy loud. So I apologize if it sounds like I'm screaming into the mic. It's the volume of what's going on in my own headset right now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop in here. Let's go right here. Show you where everybody pops in. Everybody should pop in for the guild base. The goal is to make the guild base the primary location for the advanced fabricators and refiners. So as we accumulate enough material, we should be able to put a medium spice refiner down there. I put an advanced vehicle fabricator in my base. I'm going to move over there, and then as we work the deep desert and we get access to plastinium and to spice that we can convert to spice melange, we'll go ahead and put the advanced, I think we had the advanced survival fabricator as well, so we have 2 of them. So we want the weapons, we want the armor, the garment fabricator, and whatever else comes along. Hopefully we will have a full set of those at the guild base so that nobody has to try to make them themselves. The resources are rare, and then everybody can still have their own base and kind of do their own thing for other items. But it's close enough that you can take a buggy out of it and you can get aluminum. You can do the whole aluminum route, and it's actually close enough to go straight down into Hagga Rift and get Etherite, whatever it's called. The stuff that you make cobalt paste out of. So it's pretty close for that. It's a little bit more of a drive, and then of course over there you can also get carbon if you want to make steel. Iron is the only thing down in West Vermilius that we care about. But I think there's a path. You could actually drive a buggy down there, but we have some buggies with some bases down there. So it's probably okay. It's nothing I need. I'm just not worried about it. There's plenty of opportunity. Yeah, so here we go. This is the spot where everybody comes in if you come in that part of the map, and we are right over that ridge right there. Right on the other side of that aluminum and copper and other nonsense. So there's not much going on there. So if I were to pop up in the air, there's our base right on the other side. That's what I want right there. My base is up over this hill. Wasn't too far away. My base is actually pretty close to the way in. Although, I guess my logic for putting the guild base closer to the spawn-in point is when you spawn in, you have no idea if there's going to be a storm here or not. And that's happened once or twice, so it's nice to be able to spawn in and jump immediately into your base right over that little mesa. If you're on your way out and you're already at your base, it's real easy to deal with a storm that shows up at the last minute. Even if you have to fly a little bit, it's a little easier to have some distance that you have to fly. That's just my take. I think this one needs storage on it or something. You know, I've got storage in my inventory, and I'm going to take that up north, I think. And I'll tell you the next thing I want to do, and I think I might have enough money somewhere in the building to do this. I want staking units. And these are 15,000 Solari apiece. I'm going to make 3 of them. If I'm going to go stake out a bunch of land, I didn't check my taxes, did I? I need to check. I'm going to go stake out some land over near the new base so that I have some room to go horizontally. I'm not going to go up yet. But I think I'm going to try to grab the space behind the base where there's a road so that I can kind of build a ramp up and over to the road and come down on the road. I was trying to build out to it last night and I couldn't reach it. So I will have invested 60,000 credits in stakes and staking units in order to expand this guild base. But we should have enough room for a lot of things. That's my goal. Room for crafting, room for vehicles, room for at least everybody that's in the guild today soon to be able to land. Okay, so I have staking units. I'm carrying a Solito replicator. The reason it's in my inventory is to make sure that when I go back out to the deep desert, I do not forget to take a snapshot of the base. I don't have a lot of bandages for some reason. Why don't I have bandages? I'm going to make a couple of bandages. I don't know where they're at. Is this them? Yeah. How about 9? I don't know why I'm not. I must have used them up. I was out fighting something ridiculous. Probably only something small, too, because it wasn't dangerous. So I think the other thing about the new guild location is it's kind of surrounded by not slavers, but sandflies. Like, so there's bodies around it. It's also got 3 different testing stations nearby. Fairly close. So plenty of water sources as far as I'm concerned. And then one of those testing stations is ITS 60, where you can grab 120 spice at a time, that kind of thing. So, okay, so we have this one, and I'm going to take this guy in my inventory. Do I have 447. Don't have... I'm going to do some bopping around in the desert. Is this the mercenary suit? Go ahead and take the mercenary suit with me. It's last week's. And I think we're going to go over to the other base first. And I'm going to take the... there you go. So that one's in my pocket. I don't have to worry about that. Fly this to the new base. I made like 5,000 plastone last night in order to at least get this base to where it is today. It's cheap. It hasn't rendered in. Now it has. I was going to say, just as you cross over the top of here, you can see it rendering in. And again, to the left is the Sentinel City, I think. It's, well, actually, it's there's a couple different... I think it's a little further to the left, but... I'm going to have to expand this, but... This is based on the same size that was up north in the deep desert. It doesn't feel like it's the same size, but it was definitely the same size. It was bigger. It feels like the one in the deep desert was a little bit. Like this isn't going to be. This isn't its final form. Okay, this is kind of. Let's stop that. Let's stop that, please. So here's the question I have. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these staking units in here in the number 5 slot. Let's see if we can take the space back here. Okay, so this is, I'm in the space right now. The question is, can I have this space right here and the road? And there's a road that comes up here and you come in from the side, and I don't care so much about... Is that lined up? It would be lined up, isn't it? There's no... You can't rotate this thing around, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Go ahead and mark that thing out, and let me go get in the shade somewhere. Is this shady over here? I think that's shady. At least I'll stay in the sector with it. I don't know if that makes a difference. I'm always nervous, like the same way the survey guns work. If you go too far away, they won't work. Like, this takes like a two minutes. You can see it counting down right there. Funny thing, yesterday, in order to put the base down, I had to actually stake out in front of it. Because the base up in the deep desert, I grabbed a piece in front so I could make the overhang, because it... For artistic reasons, I don't know, something like that. So I had one of the staking units out there, and some guy runs up. This is last night here. He runs up with no pants. He's got armor on top, and he runs up with no pants, and he's just looking at the staking unit. And I'm off in the distance, just kind of watching it. I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I run up to him, and he's like, "I just died over here. Could you? Can I ride on top of your ornithopter up to my base? Because it's way up that hill." I'm like, okay. So I gave somebody an ornithopter taxi Uber ride last night for the first time. I had not done that before, and it was pretty funny. I mean, he was super cool about it, and I didn't have my mic running, so he was the only one talking. He was just thanking me. He seemed like a good guy, but something happened to him. I don't know what it was, and for some reason he didn't have pants. I don't know what happens if you respawn and you know. I don't know how you lose your pants. That's all I can say. In Dune Awakening. How does one lose pants? It doesn't matter here, because now I'm going to have this whole section behind the base, which means I can build a nice ramp up and over And even if I go up another level or two on the base, I can build a ramp down into it, and I'll always have a path out that way too, which I think is pretty cool. It's done. Is it mine? It flies up in the air and it notifies the Imperium that we would like to build things here. Put that in here. What can I do? I can build. And I have access to the road too. So like the road is mine. You would be difficult to block all this. Like you could grab the space up the hill, but you can't block the road. And we have not had problems like that on our server. But I did, when I put this together, I'm like, okay, now I have to build, I got to go up and over, and like I don't want to have to drive my buggy over the rocks to get in and out, but we'll figure that one out. So let's do this again. Actually, let's go look at that. Did it have any effect on taxes? Probably does. I don't even know what the taxes are like on this thing. So if I look at this, there's no taxes on it yet. It's still under some kind of grace period. So they let you build it all out, and then they hit you with the taxes, because that's the best way to do it. Like at the last minute. This is the front, and I don't want that. I think I want the side. So what's that going to give me? So this is the full extent of this one. That's uneven. So that's going to give me... It's an interesting chunk of land, isn't it? So I could take the space in front, which would match up with this spot that I have over here. It's a big sandy area, but I mean nobody's going to build out here in the sand. If I take the space over here, it's like the building's almost split in half. Yeah, because I put it forward. That's why I have this space in the back. Interesting. So I'm going to take the space over here because it gives me that whole rock, and I can build up tall on top of it, I think. So there's all sorts of fun things I can do. Let's grab that one. Oh, it's 4 minutes. I didn't even know that. Let's go sit in the shade. Clearly I can do something down here too. I can build a ramp up and bring items into a garage on the bottom floor. So a lot of opportunities. That's what I'm looking for. Room to grow. And we'll see what the taxes are like in a little while. And if I don't like parts of it, we'll take it apart and we'll just we'll stake and build upward. But we're going to grab some space. There's a storm coming. I can hear the storm music. I didn't stop to think. Am I enclosed here? I might be enclosed. I mean, I'm sheltered, aren't I? I think I'm sheltered. So I come over here, unsheltered, right? Walk back in here. I'm water sealed. Nah, not only am I sheltered, I'm water sealed.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
You tell me about it, buddy. Let's take our last stake and we'll put it on the other side. So we'll have this. We'll have a piece that juts out in the front, and then we'll have like 3 pieces side by side, and one that sticks out in the back. So it'll be like it's like a plus sign. That's what it is. And if somebody wants to come in and wedge themselves into some other piece of it, they can. But I can't imagine why they would care. How much is left? 2 minutes. That's okay. Yeah, this would be kind of cool over here if I could... where's my ratings? How about roofs? I want floor. I think I have almost 2,000. Get rid of the stairs.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Yep, I could absolutely build a garage up here. I don't know how much time's left on that. Yeah, I had kind of an emergency yesterday. I brought the buggy up here. I was using it just to store materials. And the basic design up in the deep desert that I copied didn't have any accommodations for a vehicle, so I had to slam a roof over a section and take the buggy up there. It's crazy, man. But I am water sealed. Technically, you could park another... actually, yeah, you could park at least one ornithopter down here. At least a scout. And the storm has passed. We hardly knew you. Come on. Nothing like building at night. 30 seconds. And you can, from here, just jump in a buggy and go straight south, and there's aluminum and everything. Aluminum, basalt, copper, batteries, or fuel cells, and scrap. There's tons of it around here. The only bad thing about building this zone is that the heat's a little higher end. So this is a heat level 3, and my personal base over in just to the east is a heat level 2. But like, how much time do you spend outside? And it's gone, and it's ours now. How nice. If you could clear these rocks out, or if I could build... So now I can build a ramp over here. I could literally build an entire parking structure underneath, which is perfect. Okay, let's do this. So this is an interesting one here, right? So this is, again, this is lots of stone. I'll be giving up a little bit of aluminum, I don't care. Because I'm not going to go forward. I could go forward and try to grab that spot, or I can just grab this one and have all this stonework, and I can spread this whole base out this way, which I am very excited about. That's the edge. How far does the base go that way? See that? So I hate that you have to stare down, right? Like, you can't see. It's pretty good. Same thing. Take it. Put it down, man. 7 minutes? Wild. I wonder if that means that somebody who doesn't have one down at all could come up and put, if it was just their second one, they could put it down and it takes no time at all. That's interesting. I did not know. Yeah, hopefully no one's paying attention or cares. Like, there's nobody nearby. Like, there's nobody that could put one down. They'd have to put down a whole base. So I did recreate this little kind of meeting room, although I haven't put the furniture inside. It doesn't quite fit yet. We're going to have to work on it because I was using these triangular blocks, and it's not quite right. There's something a little off. It doesn't match the... it gives me this really cool viewing area, which I enjoy, but it doesn't match the overhang from the landing deck, flight deck up there. I'm gonna try to go to the ledge, and I could have just flown up here, I guess, huh? And I'll wrap this one around the other side too. Might as well do that while I'm here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so for right now we have that. I think I have to get rid of a wall over here. That's gone. That's nice. And I don't think... let's see what's going on up here. I really think my problem is I use triangular walls to go out, and I need to build... I need to take those down, and I will. Get rid of this. I'll go out one, over one. And I think if I get rid of these little triangular bits, it'll work just fine. Oh, that happens to me up here a lot. Like I build something and then you walk across and okay, he didn't fall that time, which was nice. Yeah, if I fix this, I'm going to take these down. I like the way they look architecturally. I like the triangles, but they clearly don't fill the space well. This is the wrong material. Shoot. Want the flooring. There, I just fell in again. It's like it takes a second to register. Assuming that's because it's storing it on the server. I can see how. Give it a couple seconds. And then I can walk over. Yep. You can't walk over immediately, or else you dip in. You fall into it. Not cool. Okay, so now that matches up. And you can still fly in and land. And that's green roof over there, which I like. Let's get rid of this railing. Let's go ahead and put a railing in. I think I can do 2 railings here before I don't want to impede the... Yep, we don't want to get in the way of ornithopters coming and going. Yeah, see, it took a second to... Okay, and that's ours too now. So I can build all the way over there. So I have a huge side-to-side land. I got a little bit that juts out, so I can do this whole kind of, I don't know what it is, conference room, meeting room, I don't know, something like that. I can do that up front. And now I have the space in the back as well, so I can, it's kind of hard to see. Let's go ahead and put the, no, I'm not going to put the other ornithopter out here. I guess I could fly up in the air and take a look at it. Can I put this? Can I put it on the landing pad? There you go. Perfect. So we have lots of room, at least outside for right now, for ornithopters to land. Let's headlights on. Yeah. Good thing it's a sturdy aircraft. So that's the starting place. Fan's a little uneven, so it was over. You know, that's kind of an interesting effect. I don't mind that at all. I did put ramps on the side. That's why I drove up. If you drive a buggy up there, technically speaking, if you land an ornithopter here as well, it's water sealed. You could put them all over the place. So that's several inside. That's 1 on each side. So we could have, that's 2 or 3 guild members. This is probably, I don't even know. Will this work? Yeah, in a pinch? Yeah, you know. Yeah, but I think that's where I would probably put the buggy. I don't know that I need a pinch. That's one. A lot of noise. I'm running into a lot of things. I'm just smashing into stuff. Okay, let's get the buggy out. So it's parked on the side, and this isn't going to be its permanent home. And I can turn. Okay, I'm good at that. I'm okay. Got my, I think I had the right directions. So now, if I wanted to, what can we do here? I didn't quite make the turn, did I? So if I added a little more structure down here. So again, this is water sealed and there's a door. Perfect space for, I can put a ramp down here. Oh, that's still going.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I didn't see that just a second ago. I looked over the edge and I didn't see it still there. Four hours. Is that right? Oh, that's when it starts. So in 4 hours it starts. I always forget that. It will not hit the apex until later. Take a couple of drinks. I thought it was gone, so there you go. I like how there's a little divot in the sand. Okay, so this is should be ours. I guess there's only one way to be sure. Let's go ahead and hop out, and we'll get our builder out, and we'll see, you know, can you put something out here? You're like, what can you put out here? Yep, you can put that out there. And you can demolish it, and now I have plastone in my inventory, which I don't care about. Or I don't care for. Alright, so there you go. We have a lot of room to build the rest of the base out. Pretty excited about that. Plenty of room for ramps. This isn't great, but it'll do. Should you be so inclined, you can park the buggy inside. How much of my fuel am I using up? I'm definitely using it up. I might have one more fuel cell out in the deep desert, which is going to be important. I have no lights in here. I ran out of, like, salvage material. That's okay. Alright, there you go. Right now, let's see. I'll do a quick tour downstairs. There's not much going... Go downstairs. That light is not useful. It's all fuel cell generators. We'll replace those all with wind power at some point in time, but it's the same design. I literally just... It's identical to what's up north. So I think I'm going to go up north. I don't even have... I might need to fly back over to my other base. I need to... so those I want to take up. The plastone I don't need. Get that stuff out of my inventory. I only have one storage box here too, so... Get the plastone out of my inventory. I have 10 survey probes and a Solido replicator. I don't have a survey gun. So I don't need the survey gun for next week, or for today. Actually, I don't need the probes for today either. I just need the Solido replicator in order to shoot a copy of the building. Like I said, I think there's one large vehicle cell up there. And I have a still suit. So if I want to go out and check out the stuff that's in the patch, which I do, if I want to go out to, let's say, find a crashed ship or a fallen ship, whatever they want to call it, right? And find out what's going on there. Hey, Sir Garden's a lot? I can't speak. I did have a good 4th. Thank you. Did you? Mine was pretty relaxed. I don't think I streamed. I looked at my dates and it's been days. I did a lot of, like, really uninteresting resource gathering. So, like, I hate having a live stream where I'm, like, just mining aluminum and sticking it in a refiner and clicking a button and going, more water. So I try to keep it interesting. I will say I am starting up, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it on the private server the G Portal private server that I rented. I am running a guy up through East Vermilius soon to make some videos. And I'm thinking about doing like a second live stream every now and then of that character's progress, which would be interesting. Because on a private server, there's almost nobody else. Like there's guild members over there, but you just don't see each other, and there are no buildings, you know. So if you want the best piece of real estate, you can have it, you know. If you want to go into any of the shipwrecks, nobody else is there except any NPCs, right? That's all you're gonna find. So I was thinking about doing something like that. So I did a little bit of that on the weekend to move that guy ahead. I needed to test some things. Because with an online, like a live service game like this, you know, it's not like in Starfield or other games where you can make a save, you can test something out and then roll back, you know, and try to figure it out. It's a little more challenging here to figure that stuff out. Anyway. Carlos, nice to see you, first of all. The wind generators, do they have to be placed inside? No, sir. No, I think maybe they have to be placed outside. I would think. I've never tried to put them inside. I've always put them outside because that seemed natural. So up at the, and I've already taken them down from the deep desert base, but in the deep desert base, I had like this whole area on both sides of this little meeting room, just filled with them. And so I don't know where we'll put them up here. You know, I might close off the top, depending on what else we do for other ornithopters. You could put like a whole row of them along the edges and still have plenty of room to walk. So you just line the edges. Whatever they are, I can assure you they'll be symmetrical, because I can't live if they're not. Like I lose my mind if they're off by one. So, and you know, they're all right. Like there's nothing wrong with them. They look nice. They don't take up all this space. These things they're cheap and easy, right? And if you go out in that buggy and you shoot a fuel cell, the little cubes of fuel cells, it's easy to get 1,000, 2,000 of those really fast. So that's an easy way to generate power, but it takes up space, and it's not aesthetically pleasing. So I could build, just like I have this structure down here for, like I'm going to put storage boxes in here. I'll show you. Like if you didn't see this in the deep desert and haven't seen it someplace else, you can create these little half-wall storage areas, and then you put your storage boxes in them. You can't fit 3, you can only fit 2 there, so you kind of have to open them up, and maybe if you have like 2 wide, you can get 5, and you know, be playing around, that kind of thing. But these are pretty nice, and I could build a wall of those, and you know, literally you can imagine 3 high full of generators. Cheap and easy. Salvage metal and batteries or fuel cells. So okay, so I do not need anything else in order to go to the deep desert. So I think I'm going to go to the deep desert, and we're going to take this thing out, and I have the other ornithopter, so I can leave this in the deep desert for a little while. I'm almost nervous to do that. Like it's almost like the other day when I was flying into the deep desert, I got stopped at one of the walls, and it was just a blue wall because it was full, right? And I'm a little nervous if it was full. That might have been Friday, I guess, right? I would hate to have like my assault ornithopter trapped out there, right? And it seems like it would clearly not be the case that, you know, you couldn't get in eventually. But now you're like, I'm carrying a bunch of fuel, and I'm just kind of sitting at the wall, and I'm going back and forth, and just kind of wasting some time and waiting for a time to get in. You have to just keep trying. There's nothing that tells you the wall is open now, right? Unless you see some people flying out, in which case you probably know you can go. But it was the first time I hit that mechanic. And so I need the assault ornithopter into the deep desert so that I can take apart the base and bring it out. I don't need it for the exploration piece. So I think maybe I will just, yeah, we're just going to take this light ornithopter out into the deep desert. We'll take this. My welding torch isn't even freaking. My welding torch needs to be repaired. We're going back to my other base. I know I'm going to use, like, I'm going to chew up that welding torch. I can guarantee it. And I need it in the deep desert, because if I start covering any distance or chasing down shipwrecks or something like that, I'm going to wear up my wings, or wear out other parts of the ornithopter. Choppy. So again, this space is actually pretty nice. It takes longer to fly here when you're coming back in, so you can get trapped by the storm. But when I fly out, it's real easy. I just go to that wall right there. It's very close. It's surprisingly close. So I need to pay attention. So before you go to the deep desert, always check your gear. Fix the welding torch, suspensor belt. Compact compactor. I'm not currently not repairing these. Oh, I'm wearing my still suit. Oh, well, never mind. I need to switch armor anyway. Because I'd like to go to a testing station and see if it drops something different at this point. So we're gonna swap anyway. Let's do this. It turned out to be useful. Okay. And I don't take my good still suit to the deep desert anyway. Like, I leave this here. Because I don't really need it. I take this cheap one for running around. Compact compactor's getting worn out. I should probably top off my water. Otherwise, I have everything I need. And I will, before we go to any farther, something's changed in the lighting. I don't know what it is, but 277. Let's take some water, please. Let's throw a body in there. No, it got super dark. Like it wasn't this dark before, and I don't know what it is. We're gonna put a body on the. Yeah, I can't put him on the large one. It'll just tell me that it doesn't have enough room. Like this was not this bad before. I don't know. I may have to change like the gamma or something. They may have changed the lighting in one of the patches, but that got really dark. I'm gonna have to open that place up a lot because I don't think you can just cram more light in there. So what I have been doing is I've been making trips from the deep desert back here. So the first trip out, I pick up all the miscellaneous loot that we've all kind of left for the week, any building supplies that weren't used, and I put them in a box. And that's box 4. Box 3, I take down the power supplies, or I take down all the fabricators and refineries, and then the power. And then between power and water production, we take all that stuff down and put that in box 2. And then when I'm done, that's for tomorrow. I don't need those, right? So I will take all those out. We'll fill this up with building materials today when we take the rest of the deep desert base down. And so hopefully on Tuesday, when we need to, it's just come down here, grab a load, go up to the deep desert, back, get the next load, etc., etc. And if we have more than one ornithopter going back and forth, other guild members are available, we'll just kind of, everybody will carry stuff up. That's the plan. But it works even if it's just me ferrying things up. It's just, that's a timing issue. Who's available and when. For some reason, I don't have anything there. Okay, I know what that's about. Let's repair. Stare into the sun. This is as repaired as it's going to get. Okay, this thing's in great shape. That's my Solido replicator. I'm going to put that up there so I do not forget. I would be slightly more comfortable if I had a fuel cell. I don't have a fuel cell. I don't like traveling anywhere with just one. There you go. There's a large fuel cell. There we go. Awesome. Let's go see what they did to the deep desert. Put on the soft shoes. Compact compactor on there. And live scanner. Oh, we might want to look for treasure. Is this thing? Yep, this thing has a treasure hunter on it. Or it has a treasure hunter. It has a scanner on it. Also known as a treasure hunter. It has a scanner on the front, so let's get out of here. Let's get to the desert, man. And this Thopter currently has a thruster installed or a booster installed, so. Blue wall, fall. But it should glide out there pretty easily. We're going to find out right away what the PvP 5-second to 30-second thing is about. And that should be obvious as soon as we cross over into the desert and fly over the one control point. Because there's a control point and then there's a PvP ship on the way to our current base. Won't matter after today, but in the future, I will take it into consideration that if you want a straight flight path back and forth to your base, especially when you're in the assault doctor, because it's slower and, you know, just takes some time. Maybe the base should not be in a straight line from over the top of a bunch of PvP zones. But at this moment, I don't think anybody's going to be there, nor is anybody going to be paying any attention. Heat level 4. There's still some bases in here. That's nice. Not like it used to be. Not like it used to be at all. We're going to go to 800. As long as the temperature doesn't top out, I'll just keep going up. Up, down. We're at 826. Gonna get my mark. Let off the right mouse button while I'm in the map. That should leave me in look around mode. Yep. But we're good. We're just going to fly. We should get a new sound too, shouldn't we? There should be a you crossed into a PvE sector sound. Or PvP sector sound. So I think in this first area, what's going on out here? Nothing. It's just dark. It's Monday in the deep desert. I can't imagine there's a lot going on. I think most people pack up, or not pack up, but so there's a shipwreck. Maybe we'll try to get that one on the way back out. Or maybe we'll get that right now. Not top off my fuel. What's going on there? This thing should be on fire, right? There's nobody around here that we care about, right? We have our soft shoes on. Gonna hop out. Shouldn't be making any noise really. We're going to take all that stuff. Let's see what on top. Are they just on one side? That one looks like it's been open. Oh, the one on top's been open, so that was the one that hadn't been open. Okay. Hey, Henry Carlson, nice to see you, sir. You're doing well this morning. Thank you for dropping in. We wanted to fly over the top. I didn't want to, but I was going to fly over the top of Control Station. I didn't see it. Where is it? It's here. There it is. Okay, so this is it. We're gonna fly over. It's gonna PvP us. There's a new sound. I'm at 600 meters. War of Assassins. Zone change in 30. Yeah, so just flying over that is, that's enough. There's another one right there. So that's, yeah, you know. So if you fly over anything that's PvP marked, you're going to get flagged for PvP. So, and it reset on 30 seconds for that last one. So this entire area, and then there's a ship up ahead. you could be, this is a PvP zone now, as far as I'm concerned, right? I just switched over to a new zone. Looks like that might have reset me. So if you change zones, it resets you. Maybe I don't think I hit the 30-second mark. But I think that happened. So there's the ship. Now, you know, honestly, when I bring the assault doctor up here, there's Spice Bloom. There's supposed to be 30 of the small ones now instead of 22. I was so tempted. You know, you get conditioned. You're like, oh, Spice Bloom, I have to go. And I'm not going to go. I am not collecting spice at this point in time. I'm not even collecting spice back down in Hagga Basin South. Unless it was just sitting there. I was going someplace else. I'm not going to go. But yeah, so it looks like any PvP crossover. So I'm assuming if I just fly a little bit north and turn around, I'll be in PvP even back into my base. Like, I don't understand that, you know? Like, could happen. So here's the base. Looks a lot like the one down south now. And it originally fit in one subfief, advanced subfief, but then I grabbed the section in front because I wanted to do this silly thing here, which is nice. I mean, it's all right. I'm not complaining. Yeah, it's a thing. And then I started playing around with the triangular pieces because they look nice. I like them. And I think the triangular pieces are going to be kind of gone. So this place is... oh, we still have our pilot's lounge, which is nice, right? I don't know if I moved all the boxes. This place has been converted to all generators to keep it alive. So what did I get? I got ship's manifest, advanced machinery. I got 134 spice sand off of that ship. Just picking it up. Some junk. Yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That stuff's fine. So, now if I was going to go out and do some more exploration, I would wear that still suit. If I was going to go out ratting and trying to be stealthy and sneak around, I would wear that still suit. But that is not my intention at the moment or for today. So I'm going to get my Solido replicator image of this right away so I don't forget. So I should be able to just do this, and it says copy the building. Yep. Let's go ahead and unequip that, and this is, so now it shows Kineer DD week 10, or 5. Which is kind of like 10, except, you know, it's half. Otherwise, we're in pretty good shape. I'm carrying a gun. I don't need that gun. Fine. Is there a testing station nearby? I think there's a testing station nearby. But is there anybody in it today is kind of the question. I like the other testing station that's down closer to the... I might go to that one. Just to see if there's anybody else there. We're going to put that in a box because okay, so this is my temporary go box, save box. That's an assault doctor somebody's rolling out with, somebody's clearing out today. I suppose there's the alternative, or the option to get some titanium out here this week too, so I didn't think about that actually. Hold on. There's a titanium, I was going over here. Wasn't there a titanium node like right there? Let's go see if the titanium and stuff is out here. Maybe those bases are gone. Maybe those people just left those bases there indefinitely. And then we'll pop into the buried testing station, see if there's a crowd. If there's anybody over there. We have 2 or 3 people. We'll go in and fight with them. Fight alongside and see if we can clear the test station. If not, we will we'll just move on. We can come back later. I have fuel. I don't have a feeling, I don't have a strong belief that people who put a building over the top of a node would come back and remove it at the end of the week. I think they would just leave it there indefinitely. Out of a desire to like give other people a hard time. That's an interesting base, kind of basic, but can't tell. Is that titanium? That's stravidium. It's interesting. Might need to put the, where was the titanium? It's right there. Forgotten Cave. Is there another one over here? There's one right there. I might fly around and pick this stuff up. So it's supposed to be right here. It's inside a building, or I don't know where it's at. Is it on the ground over here? It could be right there. So it was outside, and somebody left some little bits of type. Yeah. I think somebody's just somebody's already been here and picked it up, right? So there's like scraps. Somebody picked it up. They didn't pop over to get the stravidium. That one was uncovered. Let's see if this one's covered up. One's inside that building, maybe. Yeah, probably so. Okay, so where is the, there's a control point, right? So we're going to go here. Anything up here that we care about? No, there's nothing up here we care about. There's 2 spice blooms. Yeah, I mean, maybe today's a great day for it, but... Still a fair number of bases out here. He said, knowing his own bases out here. Where's the testing station? Yeah, so there you go. Now I just got marked PvP for 30 seconds because I just flew up to that. Yeah, that seems like a dumb change. Just gonna say. And that testing state, like, that, I picked the wrong spot. So right there is a control point. And that was the control point I just flew over to. And there's another one, there's another control point right there. So, yeah. So now we have to deal with that going forward, you know, which is, there are going to be control points all over the place. When you fly over them, you're going to find yourself marked. And if there are several of them near each other, you can be marked in a PvE area for quite some time. Now, if there's nobody there, it doesn't matter, but I had a friend just tell me they were in Hagga Basin, and they went into one of the shipwrecks, which for a month have been kind of, as far as I can tell, the shipwrecks have been kind of ignored by everybody. And they said, so she walks in and there's somebody in like full duraluminum armor waiting for her, just hanging out to shoot people who come in, because that's what they look, that's what they're looking for. So where is this other? I'm gonna go ahead and check these out. Where am I? I lost myself again. That's the starting sector. That's where I'm at. Control point. The spice field there. That's kind of weird. So maybe they'll start putting like a control point near every single titanium node in the game, or close to it, right? Man, that's really far over. What's the deal there? Where is the, that's a control point. Where is the, I was going to say, where's that testing station? There it is, right there. That was the other testing station. Well, I don't feel like going into that other testing station if, like the one over here, which is a PvE area, if it is actually turned into a PvP area, if that makes any sense. Like, if by landing here and going inside you find yourself in a PvP area, maybe that was their intention. I don't know. I thought those were going to be PvE buried testing stations, but they could by default. It seems strange that there's nothing else here. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to look for treasure in this area too. So let's go ahead and fly over there and find out what's going on. And I did grab one ship already. I don't think the ships, like the the fallen ships in PvE areas, I just don't think those are ever going to have blueprints in them. The tier 6 crafting materials are fine. They were in there before, but that's interesting. So if I fly over this upcoming landmass of whatever kind, if I flew over it, it's going to be PvP marked. I don't know. I can't imagine if PvPers were complaining that somehow people were flying into control points that they weren't monitoring. Is there a ship? There's a ship, isn't it? Can only assume the people who were border camping or something like that were essentially PvPers who were messing with other PvPers. That's my guess. Yeah, there it is. There's a control point down there. If you fly over it. And so that base right there is in a PvP zone as well. So I wonder if it loses its power if it gets raided. Not that I'm doing that, but maybe that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to raid everybody constantly. Because if you leave your stuff out, it's supposed to be fair game for everyone. Something like that. Oh, I am not I'm evidently not in a pre-look mode. Hey, Noodle! Noodle V3. As I have heard, Noodle V3 is so much better than Noodle V2. Previous Noodles were all inferior. We're just out in the deep desert looking for things that they mentioned in the very short, small patch notes today. I grabbed a shipwreck. I'll probably grab it, or not a shipwreck, I shouldn't say that, a fallen ship. Shipwrecks are different. I didn't go out into those. Am I? Okay, sorry, I don't know why I'm going so slow. I didn't get my speed back up when I dropped. That was kind of silly. I'm trying to find a buried testing station over here. It's the one with, it's got a large open lab area, which is pretty cool. And evidently I've forgotten how to fly, so there's that too. We'll see how that goes. So that's how I'm doing. I'm going to watch my temperature and try not to screw that up. Okay, so now we're going to take that off, and then we're going to make sure we get our 170, whatever it is we got, 172. We're just going to aim, holding down the mouse button. I'm going to go to the map. I'm going to let off the mouse and see if that does it. I'm going to come back and I'm going to scan around. Okay, I'm still in free look mode. That still works. I didn't know if that was going to work after the patch. We did fly over a couple of control points just in passing, and they do even the simple small control points reset your PvP timer to 30 seconds. So if you fly over anything that's PvP, then it'll take at least 30 seconds to get out of it, even if you've left it behind a kilometer back. So it's a fun game, Noodle. Yeah, the control points are about as explicitly PvP as you can get. They really are. They are during the Landsraad, and if I land here, I'll show you. I can't do it while I'm flying. Like during the Landsraad, there are a variety of methods to hold on a second. I'm going to scan this place too, because I didn't seem to have any. Okay, so there's the Imperial testing station. It's right there. It's on my my compass map up above. It's right below us here somewhere. Anyway, so where is it? Where is it? Oh, did I fly over it? It's right over here. I'm gonna park outside. Oh, there's somebody in there. There's at least one somebody in there. Remind me about the Landsraad thing in a couple minutes, because if there's a group in here, I want to get in here and get in on this. Because if I can get in and help kill at the end, that's what I want to do. I mean, I hear a fight going on, so we'll get in there and we'll do what we can. What's going on in here, man? This looks different. I'm just saying, this does not look right. This looks... Oh, no, I know what's going on here. Stamina back up. Look at that, man. Okay, are we done here, guys? Did we get our thing? I don't know what's going on. I didn't get anything over here. Have a drink of water. So we have to go clear this room. Although this doesn't make any sense to me. Like this, like I said, I don't remember this being the burial testing station that was here. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of ridiculous. Oh man, that guy's already taking me out. Okay, take that guy down. Get a headshot on him. Poison on him. Okay, I gotta get him around and help this guy. This is not gonna do me or him any good if I don't. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, this does not look like the way it did last time. This looks like a normal testing station, honestly. This looks like a normal row A testing station. This is not the... Yeah, no idea what's going on here. I am very confused. Unless there was another one I wasn't paying attention to. I didn't even know it was here. Yeah, this is all normal loot. Yeah, the two testing stations that were here before, and I thought this one was included, was one where you had like 4 rounds of enemies. Not this. There's intel in here too. What did I get? A sandbike engine? Mark 6 sandbike engine. You know, who cares? But that might be what they did. You know, that could be the randomized loot again. They just turned the testing stations down in this row into the same thing that you have in the A row. Could be. I need to go check the number. I'll take the ammo, please. Okay, let's get out of here. If that's the nature of the change that they made, then I'm not thrilled about that. So maybe they made the top recipes. Oh, that's a Mark 6, so I'm not... Maybe they made these normal. I should go back and check that other one. If the other one is a normal one too, because I very much remember it, so... Okay, I'm just going to park up here. I'm going to show you that Landsraad thing if you're still here, Henry. Or anyone that's interested or curious. So the Landsraad happens every week, and if you are in a guild and aligned with one of the houses, House Harkonnen, or Atreides, and your guild is aligned as well, you can participate in it. And so what happens is this giant 5x5 bingo card, Connect 5, whatever you want to call it, right, is not green and red to start with. It's all kind of hidden and invisible, and so you can see the names of the houses, but you don't know what they want. And then every day on a 24-hour cycle, they reveal, I think, 4 of them. And they'll have you do something. Like this one says, and it's hard to read, but you have to say, like go down to the 3rd item under goal amount, deliver plastonium ingots. And you get 5 points for each one you deliver to your quartermaster in their name, House Lindarin. And at the very bottom, it says House Rewards. As an individual, you can get these rewards, right? So if you manage to accumulate 700 points, I've done none. My personal contribution is 0. I'm not giving them plastonium ingots. They're kind of, they're rare for me, so I don't have any to spare. And then everyone that's within the world, like all the sieges rolled up, are competing Harkonnen against Atreides, right? But you'll see about midway down, it says control point held by Atreides. And so a control point held by unknown. But above it, it says per minute while holding a control point, 10 points. So you can get, if you're part of a group that's holding a control point, you show up and after 30, 60 seconds, it says you're holding it. If nobody else shows up, you get 600 points an hour for just sitting there. And if you build a base around it, or I assume you can build a box around it or something like that, and you can try to, you can try to keep it for yourself, you can accumulate points over time. But it takes a really long time to hold a control point. But they are by definition PvP areas. The entire purpose of a control point is to sit there and for the other team to come fight you and try to take it over. Now, I don't know if you're on Team Atreides, or like if you're Atreides and you're sitting there, there's nothing that stops somebody else on Atreides who just wants to kill you from showing up and killing you. So there's friendly fire and all that happens. You can have PvP fights right next to them, and it doesn't matter what house you're in. So the control points are kind of a free-for-all in my opinion. Like there's just kind of anything goes there. You could be fighting your own faction, you could be fighting the other people, and if you're participating in the Landsraad, your goal is to just hold the control point for a very long time. In general, the other things you can do, this is deliver a Regis Karpov. You get 1,200 points for each one of them you deliver. If you wanted to, you could get Syndicate Pants down there if you delivered 3 of them. Like if you had all the resources and you made some, or you had a bunch of them in your inventory from some reason, you could go turn them in and get a bunch of points. Syndicate Pants aren't that hard to come by, so I wouldn't make from scratch Regis Karpov 38 and deliver it. If I had some in my inventory that were kind of beat up that I got from things that I was doing, maybe. Kill Kirab, this one's easy, 23 points. And the Kirab are in an entire region, and you can just go find tons of them and kill them. Same thing with the scavengers, same thing with the sandflies. So they show up all over the place, and you can do that. But the control points are these very special little points. They look like the little glass dome decorations, as far as I'm concerned. You could see there's like a little point, and there's a little glass dome around it, or a shield dome. And when you get anywhere near it, I don't know how close. What did I just do? I just put down a sentinel for no reason. I don't think I can set it off, no. So if you put it on the sentinel, that was kind of dumb. If you get near it, it marks you PvP, because they're like, oh, you're here to help control the point. And I'm like, no, I'm just flying by. I really think control points should have like a 400 meter ceiling. So like if you fly by over 400 meters, you're not going to be flying PvP because you're clearly not there for that, right? Like if you're in an ornithopter flying over a control point, the chances that you're there to do that seem slim. Like you would, if you're going to fight for control point, you're probably going to be up in the air, because I don't even think the rockets have a 400 meter range. Like you can't be 400 meters straight up and shoot a rocket down. And from an angle perspective, if you're 400 meters, like they could close those in, but they don't. That's what they did. They set them so if you fly over them, you're going to run into stuff. Let's see. Is there titanium over here? Maybe. We'll go see this on the way out, and then we'll fly back. And I guess I'm going to see if I can get to this. See if I can get to this without triggering and getting involved in that control point, because this was PvE. It was an area you could just go into. And if it's turned into just a regular dungeon as well, this is buried testing station. That's buried testing station. That looks just like the ones that are on the A row, though. Again, I think that one's changed, personally. I could be wrong, but I was in here early in the week, and I'm pretty sure I could go find my live stream, my video, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was last week. I remember it could be off. I'm okay with that. Maybe I have the wrong one in mind, and it was never anything other than that. I thought this week I got 2 separate Tier 6 armor blueprints off of those 2 dungeons, but don't know. I feel like I'm burning more fuel this week. Today. I felt like I was doing a lot better on fuel last time. Well, Henry, you're a longtime friend of the channel. If you can find your way into Discord and have a chat with me, you are welcome to join us on my private server. You have to start a new character, but I don't know what the deep desert's going to be like on that. I'm actually, one of the things I want to do in that private server is get my guy up to the flight stage so I can go to the deep desert. Because I have a feeling there aren't that many people there. And so the chances of being engaged in some weird, in some griefing are probably slim. And if you want real PvP, you might be able to find it, like people who want to engage and do stuff, but I don't know. I haven't been there yet. I'm just looking at the numbers. And a couple days ago, I showed everybody on the stream where you can go look at like dunestatus.com, I think is what it's called. Okay, so I am now pointing down. There was some titanium here, but I'm saying no. I'm going to say it's under a building, maybe? I could be wrong. I just think that the private servers, they don't get mixed in with the public server deep desert at all, to my knowledge. That is a giant cube, man. The power requirements for that are... I like it. That's a neat structure. Look at that. So they've got a couple of sections. Oh, there's a titanium node. There's 2 of them down here. I'll be. These are the finest people in the game, clearly. They just set them outside, or they made their base nearby, and they didn't even try to mess with it. They even carry on? I thought they like slid down the hill. I'll tell you, that private server is really kind of a... I don't want to say it's a breath of fresh air. It's kind of funny, It's so interesting to wander around after being on the public server, especially in East Vermilius now. It is so packed. It's not funny. Let me fix this. I shouldn't have mined that last one, because I probably just lost a fair amount of lost some resources. We're going to detach these because I'm not going to... That's the thruster. I'm going to put the storage on, right? So I did put this, and you'll notice that my item fell to the ground there. I don't know where... I'm back. It's just sliding away. And if I don't pick this up, it'll be gone. So I thought they fixed this. They didn't fix it. Clearly they didn't. Okay, so I am going to I'm going to continue to keep this in my inventory. I like that. I guess I'm going to go find that other base. Still got some titanium today. I don't have any way to process it here, but that's okay. I'm just going to go park next to this guy's base here. Look at my map. And since it's not sunny out, I'm going to get out of this. I don't know, what sector am I in? This is A, B, C. I'm just at the edge of D and E. Is there anything on this one? There's a control point right there if I fly up to it. And across this line in E is probably PvP. It's not the worst thing, but why is this not mapped out? Oh, there you go. It is mapped out. Henry, that is like you don't have to do that. I'll tell you this, and I'm probably going to make a special category for this. When I look at all the comments on my YouTube videos, and who has commented the most over the last year, it's you. So I'm okay with your level of support for the channel. I'll just put it that way, buddy. So you are the rare exception in my book. Been very diligent about it, but I don't want to force you into coming and playing, with the group if it's not your thing. Do not do that if it absolutely is not what you want to do. So there's an out there too. I would understand that completely. If some people, I know people who don't like, they want solo play and that's it. And if that's what you want and that's what you're comfortable with, you should do that. And a private server is a good answer for that. Somewhere in the link in the description, there might be a link to G-Portal with a /Kineer for a 10% discount. They are not sponsoring this video, but I did partner with them after I paid with my own money for my own server, so I liked it so much I said, I reached out to them and asked them if I could do something. Yeah, Sir Garden's a lot. I absolutely believe it. And I'll tell you, that other character I have, he's over there, like that's the stage he's at. He's just building that first buggy, and it's really kind of fun. It's so relaxed. Because we had the guild going here, and I did feel like, and because I was live streaming it, I did feel like I needed to make it a little more engaging. So I probably did move a little faster than I wanted to, but not on that private server. On the private server, he's just, I think I have him parked. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see if I can find more titanium or something interesting here. Oh, I think it's inside that base. I think I have my character on that private server like parked over near the anomaly in West Vermilius, because he's just farming he's picking up Kel's still suit. And if you don't have Kel's still suit and you're still in East or West Vermilius, you should go get it. It's a tier 3 suit in a tier 2 zone. You don't have to fight anything to get it. It's over near that giant. It's a crash ship. It's not a wrecked ship. It's like it's parts of a ship in a radiation area in West Vermilius. And if you go to the western side of it, there is a sparkly constellation chest just sitting in some wreckage. And you just walk up to it. You will be in a radiation zone, but it's perfectly safe for, for the 30-40 seconds it takes to, ride your bike over there and pick it up. And it drops Kel's still suit, which is, it is call it the spiritual successor to, there's no spice boat down there, to the Hollower still suit that you can get in Hagga Basin South. So the Hollower still suit in Hagga Basin South at the Dew Gap, is it called Dew Gap? At Dew Gap, which is one of the intel points on the western side of the map, is a great still suit. Better armor than even the light armor you can get for the next level or the next zone. And then Kel's still suit is really nice too. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. And it's the upgrade to, there's nothing over here that we care about. Copper, other boring
Sector
things.
weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh, that's not cool. How much time? Oh, that's the main sandstorm, the Coriolis one. I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is, again, there's a control point down there, right? Right in the middle. All those guys are a big PvP guild. They got a big sign on top of their building that says they're PvP. It doesn't say PvP, it's the FOF guys. So the LOTD and the FOF guys. are building like letters on their buildings. Losing my altitude here. I may have to actually use my shield to get where I'm going. I'm pretty far away from my base. I didn't realize how far I was. Anyway, there's a lot to be done in East and West Vermilius too before rushing off to Hagga Basin. Absolutely. Like, there's so much in this game that Funcom just kind of left hanging around. You know, there's just stuff that you can go do. I'm going to go ahead and get some altitude here. There's nothing going on out here. See if I can get the rest of the glide back to base in one move. No, they do so much. It's kind of crazy. And if you want to, like, by the time you leave East West Vermilius, get my speed right. Not only can you have a buggy, which makes a lot. I mean, you could have made every single piece of iron ingot gear. There is what else is out there? If you'll go into the shipwreck, the Wreck of Palace, which is the big one in West Vermilius Gap, and it is a PvP area, but if you go in off, you know, like in hours where I don't go in, like if you're that level, don't go in Friday nights, Saturday nights, but even then, I've not had any problems. I don't go in there that often. There's a good gun that replaces Aron's Vengeance. If you go into testing station 197, you can get the soft shoe boots, which is the ones... I don't know why my inventory didn't come up. Soft step boots, which give you a minus 45 worm threat, which is really nice. If you go over to the anomaly, you can get Kel Still Suit. If you are a sword master or you just want a nice sword, up near the testing station, might be number 13 in the northwest corner. There's only 3 in the whole area. But if you go to the testing station up there, not in the testing station, because there's a lore recorder there that tells you some background story. But at Miner's Watch, which is a point of interest nearby, I keep getting this pseudo jolt sword or something like that. It's a nice sword. I keep getting 2 recipes for it every time I go in there. So there's a nice sword up there. You can get a nice weapon, good pistols, the armor set. There's a light armor set. Where's the light armor set? The light armor set is up there, I think, near Miner's Watch 2. I'm trying to remember what it's named after, but it's a pretty good set because it is it's not Mendel's. It's something like that. It begins with an M. And it's light armor, but it has blade mitigation, which is normal for light armor. But it also has light dart and heavy dart mitigation, which is not something you usually see on light armor. And so you can get this light armor set in Western Vermilius that is fantastic for doing the intel points when you get to Hagga Rift, right? So lots of great gear. Great gear. And you just have to take your time and just wander around. So if you park near, I should bring up a map. Oh, I can't bring up the map down there. I'm gonna have to go back. I'll show people. Anyway, what did we get? What do we have here that's in the loot box? Let's take a look. We managed to get 95 titanium, and I threw some of it away, and that is completely my fault. Get some loot, a little bit of money. We don't care about the bandages. We got a Mohanda sandbike engine number 6, which is neat, but it takes plastinium. Right? I'm not going to spend 100 plastinium ingots on a sandbike engine. Just not going to happen. I don't think I've upgraded my sandbike since like the 2nd or 3rd model. Okay. Got a little bit of that, a little bit of spice. So this is what we got. 58 stravidium, a little bit of titanium, a little bit of spice. I'm going to have to take all this stuff. We're definitely taking that back with us. And my backpack. I'll take all these things. So anything I leave, I got to come and get with the big thopter anyway. And I don't want the. I want that thing packed with heavy stuff. That's all I want. So I'm not even going to take this. Oh no! Hold on. I was going to go check that other testing station, wasn't I? We have to go find out if that other testing station is what it used to be, or if it has been morphed into something new. Okay, so all this stuff can stay here. I don't care about any of this stuff, and I have weapons on me, right? And let's go ahead. Can I take this stuff out of here? That stuff's heavy. I'm not taking that because I'm going to put the. Well, I don't need the thrusters on it, but I do need the ability to pocket it when I go inside. And actually, I'm going to take a quick break here. Even though I started a little late, I'm going to take a little break on my normal hour-and-a-half schedule. I'm going to go to that other testing station, and then I'm going to come back here, pick everything up, and I'm going to head back down to Hagga Basin and talk about that a little bit there. Be back in a minute. Okay. Let's get over here. There's not even water up here. That's what's funny. Like I took all the water down too. So where is this place again? I was just over here. I realized it. So I'm going to come at it from the south and see if the control point was to the north. I just don't even remember that control point being there before. Maybe I'm not doing anything. I think I'm just going to sit here and wait for this storm to go by. Maybe. How about that? How about we just do that for just a second? Did they even tell me there was a storm coming? Maybe it's just to the north. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to hit me. So it's just there and going north. So if you have a las gun, this would be the time when you rush into the north and go, you know, blow a hole in somebody's wall right after the storm. Like if you can do it right. Inkslinger, they moved the control points. Did they move them? Like today? Like with the patch? I would believe you. I really would. I would absolutely believe you, because I don't remember that station over there having one next to it. I know the ones to the south were there that I flew across, because I've been flying across them all week. It's just, it's 5 seconds over and done, and now it's 30 seconds. So what I want to find out is, did they change that other testing station? Because I'm fairly certain the one I was just in to the south was not that testing station yesterday, or earlier this week. I shouldn't say yesterday, because I picked up, and I'll show them to you. I'm pretty sure, and now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, there are entire islands down there that are now surrounded by a PvP area now, like where a bunch of bases are. And right now, if that storm is rolling through, you could go in with your las gun and start whacking them. So this, right. So the desert garb I got in the testing station to the west, and it was the kind that had 4 or 5 rounds of enemies in it at the end. It was a big 2-level circular room with some kind of mechanical or some device in the center. And then Idaho's charge was in the station to the southeast, like B7 or something like that, C7. And it was, again, another room with 4 or 5 rounds of enemies in it. But it was a huge, like, open kind of auditorium area. And it was a lot of fun. It was absolutely a lot of fun with a group of people. And then I just went down there, and it's like a generic, straight, long-haul ITS test station you'd find on the A-row. Now, it had a Mark 6 bike engine, so I guess that's it. And it wasn't the Idaho charge, but and I'm pretty sure last week they were different, because I was getting the pincushion gloves again and again and again, so I stopped going into them. So yeah, maybe that's what's going on. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to scan this area too with my scanner. I should check to see is it beat up? No, that's fine. It has wings. There's still flying wings. But I'm 100% certain that when I was at this testing station before, it was not in a PvP zone. Because that seems to have implications for the testing station itself too. Like, the testing station would then be in the interior of it in a PvP zone. Look at that. What's that white line? Look at that line all through there. Who came out and marked the desert up? What was that about? Okay, so I'm going to come down here. Clearly, none of us are in PvP right now, right? This guy's base over here is in a PvE area. This person's base. And there is the control point right there now. So if I step over here, yeah, that's it. So that's now in a PvP zone. So I'm not even going to bother going in, because I assume it's a PvP area now. And if you go inside, not only do you have to fight whatever enemies are there, but the person next to you could kill you and take, I don't know, some small amount of whatever's on you for grins and giggles. And you could say, well, you know, very few people would do that, and I would just say the answer is not zero. A non-zero answer is a non-zero answer. So they took that testing station and made it a PvP zone, as it wasn't before. Yep. So I believe you, Inkslinger. I mean, I believed you before I went over there. It seemed highly likely. So anyway, like, my goal today was to take this base down, so that was my primary purpose, and I'll get that taken care of soon enough. But with the patch, I did want to come out here and take a look at some stuff and see what else was going on. There's no titanium on our little island, is there? I don't think there is. There was some up here. There's some right there. That's in that next zone. I remember coming up to this island to look at this titanium, and like I came up over a ridge and somebody just popped up from behind a ridge, and I'm like, that's kind of suspect or sus, right? What are you doing? Okay. I'm gonna load up whatever I can here. Fill up the ornithopter with whatever loot I can downstairs. Head back down south. So I know those are going to be light, so I'm going to carry those myself, and that's my gun. I definitely want my gun, and I definitely want that. I'm going to take that on my person. I don't know why that was kind of weird like that. I don't know what's going on. I tend to carry those on me. How about the scout ornithopter? Let's sort this by volume. Put the heavy stuff in there. I don't need that. I really don't need those either. It's not like that stuff's heavy anyway. Crazy. How not heavy it is. Yeah, we'll take those that salvage metal with us when we get down there. We come back with the assault, and so I think I can come back with the assault anytime now and start taking this thing down. I don't know what all this stuff weighs. All I know is it was half the material in order to put it together, and I can pretty easily. How am I going to do this? So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to land the assault. I'm going to take the top half of this off. If I have to, I can put a temporary, like a half wall over the top of it. If a storm comes through or something like that, that's all I really care about. I'll take these edges off. I'll just cut all this down and see how much it fills up the assault. I hope I don't have to make 2 trips, but I might have to do it, you know? It happens. It took me at least 2 trips last night to get the water and power, all that equipment out of here. So, and that was an hour. It was a full hour, guaranteed, to get the power and the water deconstructed and transported back. There's a spice bloom. I'm not taking it. As tempting as it is. I mean, it's tempting. But I'm not going to take it. Close out here. I'm going to fly this way for a minute. I'm going to go around the ship, and this is the pattern I'm going to take when I fly the assault through here. But yeah, today is pretty risky for those people that have a base over there that's inside a PvP zone now, because I do assume if a storm rolls through, their shields are down and whatever they have there can be raided. That was the ship. I think there's a control point over there in that rock cluster. There might be one right there ahead of me too. Can you ping things with this? Is there a ping ability in here? You can. Okay, Okay, so there you go. You can just make markers. I wonder if that's visible. I assume that's visible in your party. Right there. There you go. I marked it. Get it, people. Everybody, blow it up. Whatever it is. I don't care. I'm just joking. So I guess you can... Oh, you can't do that. So you can't... You have to mark things on the ground, right? You got to be on the ground. That's interesting. I'd never used that before. Oh, look, everybody snorts and sniffs spice. Look, it's like 4 different people who have essentially the same answer to a question. That's a lot of chat. That's a lot of people in the deep desert. Seems like a lot of people. A lot of different people. Like, most of the time I come up here and it's like the same 5 people having the same conversation. Like, I don't mean to give him any credit where, you know, like, it's the same discussion all the time. It varies between them attempting to lure people into places so that they can grief them, right? So there's a fair amount of people just, oh, there's some lovely spice over here that no one is harvesting. Everyone should come over here and get it. To random complaints about PvEers who don't play the way they like to play. It's kind of odd. And now we have, what do you do with spice? Which is, you know, it's different, at least. I'm okay with that. It's got something else going on. Man, I'm just going so slow. But they were on the verge of me having to turn it off for the sake of my YouTube channel. Said the audible nonsense has stopped some time ago, but sometimes that chat is probably close to the edge. Although the game is, I think, is Dune's not. I haven't even checked to see if it's mature or not. Probably is. Everything is these days. Kind of hard for anybody to make a game without getting it flagged mature. Oh, I've heard some dialogue that's was probably enough to push it over the line. I think from maybe from the trainer quests. I don't know. I kind of wish I'd spent more time on those trainer quests. I mean, I don't think I rushed through them, but I was doing several of them in parallel. I didn't. It might have been okay to just do them one at a time. Might have been. Might have been okay. It could have been acceptable. Instead of doing them in parallel, do them in serial fashion. Just saying. Lost another neighbor. The guy back there disappeared. Got a new neighbor. This guy blocked the path. Not the little guy, but the big guy. He just flew in and blocked the path over here. Alright, so what did we get? Let's go put it away, whatever it is. See, I have to be very careful. I'm going to take all 3 of those fuel cells. We're almost out. And it is dark in here. It's not as dark as it was a moment ago. And I shouldn't never do that because it puts my leader John in there and I don't want that. Okay, can I put that stuff away? Oh, that's perfect. How about those? Yeah, actually, let's scout ornithopter. Those will fit there. I think those are okay. Those are okay. Those are okay. Those two go in the other box. Spice infused plastinium dust. I think. Yeah, I've got a little bit of material up here, don't I? So I have 54 stravidium mass. Let's go ahead and get that converted. Stravidium fiber. Rita, oh, it's exactly 60. Oh, perfect ratio. We'll take that. And then we'll make some plastinium out of it too. Is there anything else in my inventory? Oh, there's clearly stuff in my inventory. The Mohanda Sandbike engine. You know, I don't know, man. Feels like I should sell that sentiment. I'm never gonna build that. Who's gonna build that? Seriously, who's gonna build that? Yes, we won the Landsraad, I've heard. Very exciting. They're all very excited about it. And there is the DD5. There's DD4. I didn't end up using... So DD4 was a different design, but it was just another box, right? And DD5 I built from scratch, so I didn't use up DD4. Although I had a different Solito replicator that I took of DD5. This week's Deep Desert that I used as the basis for the new guild hall. Those, please. Top off on those. There's my las gun. I have a las gun. There's 5 Fingers triple shot rifle, which is kind of nice. Still carry that. That is the life scanner, and that's a regular scanner. Okay, that stuff's all clear. Wings are taking a beating. Scanner is almost always... Oh, that's interesting that the scanner's not... I didn't do a lot of scanning, though. Okay, that's fine. I will take the sand. I am still wearing the shoes. Because you never know. The last minute I might want to do some sand and shoe stuff. Most of this stuff is okay. Actually, we're going to go ahead and switch out of this. I am not going to do any more Imperial testing stations in this gear, so we're going to go ahead and put on this really kind of low-end mercenary stuff. Sounds like we have a storm coming in, so we will deal with that soon. Where are my boots? I don't have any room for money. Can I put some money in here? Just take the money. 2,000. I don't... Doesn't do me any good. So I need to take that ornithopter over, get my assault, and then head back out to the deep desert and start tearing it apart. Bring it all down before the big storm hits. Oh, I guess I don't need that either, do I? Oh, a lot of light darts. The adept drill shot burst. I don't know if there's a better drill shot. That one's alright. It's not 87 damage, doesn't feel like a lot. Is that storm coming through? I don't have a warning. Oh, it just passed through to the north. Oh, okay. I don't have to worry about it. It may have hit that other base, but I didn't need to worry about it. Oh no. The new base is in the middle of a dust cloud. What is that over there? What is, it says it's a sandflies camp. So that's Sentinel City. It does not look like a sandflies camp, does it? That's like something else. So what is it? It's nothing. It's not on the map. It's not a POI. Isn't that weird? It should be on the map. It should be one of these. It's not there. Anyway. Pocket it. Pocket it, pocket it, pocket it. Thank you. Let's get to the deep desert. Oh, my nose is stuck underneath the edge there. I think I'm going to need a larger landing area for this thing. There's a shipwreck up here. I don't know if I've been into that one. I don't even know which one it is. Temperature's still low. Let's go. Oh, why am I just not facing the right way? Bizarre. Get my speed up. I assume either one of those will be fine. So this is the other exit. I think I could have exited over there. I went the wrong direction. My fault. My bad. Should have checked my inventory. Okay, vehicle storage is empty. 1,000 V available space, and we're falling. There we go. Okay, let's get out. And I'm going to go a little bit to the east so that I don't fly over the control points. Probability of a problem, very low, but non-zero. All right. You can still come up here pretty easily and work the testing stations that are in row A. Maybe the loot in row A got better. I wonder. It's possible. Okay, let's drop. I don't really need that kind of altitude. 156. Aim the nose down a tiny bit. In order to maintain speed. There's a mark here. Nope, it looks like I started to drop speed there. So I think it takes me 2 boosts to get out there. Might take me a 3rd now. As long as they don't drop below 600 meters, I don't care. I mean, I guess I do care if there's a storm. But I think we just had a storm not that long ago. How much altitude can I get before 130? Pretty good, really. Your nose back down to 150 something. There you go. Yeah, this is going to take me a couple more thruster hits before we get there. Yeah, I'm already below 600, which is not what I like at all. $120 km/h. There you go. And you lose a lot of altitude fast on that kind of burn. Is that the shipwreck over there? Could be. Yeah, it is. So yeah, swinging a little bit east, I missed those items. Third boost. I didn't even angle up that much. Pretty close to where I want to be anyway. Quite the tower they've got going there. Let's see. I don't need that, actually. I'm going to be doing any of that. I do need this. How about some demolishing? Hold on a second here. Let's take a look. Let's bring a box outside because that'll make this a little bit easier. Do end up moving boxes around a lot for this. Glass stone. $130. $141. There you go. How much of this can I just clip off the edge? That's kind of fun. Clip those off. It's not too bad. Oh, those are foundation blocks. I did not remember that. Hey, Revs. That is what they are telling us. They are telling us that they are supposed to be 30 small instead of 22, which it used to be, I think. So, that's interesting. Yeah, I saw a couple out here earlier today. I'm deliberately trying not to stop and chase them. Although, you know, think about that. On the last day, Monday's a good day to come out here and just, you know, pick up small spice blooms all the time. Can't imagine there are that many people out here, right? I mean, I say that, and the last time I just turned around and came back up, there was a lot of chat. So I shouldn't imagine they're not here. There are people out here. The painting of the Baron or whoever that is, I don't even know who that is. That's pretty cool. So I want to take down all this stuff. Boom. There you go. That's going to take down all my fielding, isn't it? Yep. That should... I'm still in a box, which is fine. $159, 160, 175. Put that in there. I'm going to be cooking in the sun. Not my goal, but whatever. I felt like I almost took out the platform underneath me. Let's move this downstairs now. I took out a piece of the platform, which is fine. I don't think I need much more than one of these for a shield at this point. I think I'm in the way. What's our power draw? Almost nothing? 35, yeah, so all the rest of these can go. Demolish. Don't get the, I'm not going to get the subfief yet. Pop, pop, pop. 35. And if I need to, this is the fun part, I think. I do kind of need the stairs, at least till the very end. Is there anything else over here? Oh, there is. Hold on. What is this? Oh, it's fuel cells. There weren't a lot left, but there's some, right? Okay. Okay, let's move this to the corner over here, because I am going to keep this this up here. Let's make this, what am I trying to build here? Oh, here's what I want right here. I want a roof, a floor, please. Give me the floor back. Is this that overhang? It is. That's fine. Kind of odd. A single light up here doing its own thing, which is fine. Okay, now if I do this right, this will be fun. I might be able to make the ornithopter drop, which is kind of my goal. Pretty sure I can. Well, maybe not. I might fly it down here. Hold on. Is there enough room to fly it into that hole? There is. Do I need to? No, but it amuses me though. It amuses me so. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to utilities. I'm going to go ahead and put a pentashield back up, right? Watch this. Whoops. I'm going to shut down all my base, or all my power. I should have left some of them up. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what I need. $98. I need one more. Oh no. It's fine. I just want to see if this will work. So what am I doing? That pentashield is doing 98 and I have 300 power. So I only needed one more. So now I have a complete base again. Somewhat protected. I could fly in and out if I needed to. Because I need to decide, or I need to figure out how much material I have to transport out of here. Because I wasn't really paying attention. So let's put this in here. Let's go ahead and put the assault ornithopter in here. And if I'm lucky, it's not much. It's not much. It looks like I can probably take the rest of this whole thing down and fit it in my inventory and the ornithopter inventory. Okay, so that was just kind of an interesting, let's just say, interim step that was not entirely necessary. Do I need to go back up again? I don't think I need to go back up again for anything. I don't think there's anything in them. Could be wrong. There could be stuff in them. Oh, there was like some spice in there. I'll be darned. I didn't know that. Could have put it in a box somewhere first. Let's keep the fuel cells for myself. Oh, we're going to keep those. Those are going to be low. Is this heavy? That's heavy. Yeah, I think that's not heavy. What's not heavy? That's heavy. Let's sort by volume. That's not heavy. That's not heavy. That's not heavy. So the rest of these I can fill with plastone, and then this stuff I can carry on my own, I think. So I have plenty of capacity for me. Yeah, let's take some stuff down. What's holding that up? That one right there. There you go. I'm like, I knew something was going to hold it up. You know what? My mistake. Is this stuff like falling down? It is. It's a... Ah, okay. It's a lot more plastone than I thought. I might end up with a storage box sitting out here in the middle of nowhere doing nothing. Oh, okay. Fuel cells we take. Fuel cells we'll take. Is that it? Those are definitely heavy. We're doing okay. So this is going to be, like, these storage boxes are going to be a little bit of weight, but I don't know about the rest of this stuff. Still might be a second trip to make this happen. And I'm sheltered over here, but not otherwise protected. It's not water sealed, which is not a big deal because I'm not going to open any recipes or anything like that. But I do think I'm going to be so close to like a second trip that. Now the question is, can I make the second trip in an ornithopter, a scout ornithopter, right? Or am I going to have to use something else? What's this going to get me? This is 8. Yep, 8. Another spice bloom right there. They just keep coming. The hits keep coming. That's kind of fun. Really? Is that all I picked up? Oh, I'm sorting by volume still. I need to sort by unsorted. So this is, I'm carrying these. None of those are heavy. None of that's bad. So I think anything that fits in that row is okay. That wasn't a lot, really. 6. So that needs to be sorted by volume. That I can take, that I can take. Those are heavy. Those will be heavy. So I have 3 slots. I can throw the granite out. Although I kind of want all the material. I don't really want to leave a lot of stuff behind for whatever reason. Would love to take all this in one trip. Right. We're gonna scrap that one right there. Silicone block, I'm going to keep. The aluminum is heavy. So we're going to put that in the ornithopter. Yep, it still has capacity for the aluminum. That's heavy that's super heavy. Now I'm manually sorting these things, right? So 56. 40. Okay, so I have room for 3 more, and if I could fill that with glass stone, and that's kind of it. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's see what falls into my inventory. Drop everything now, shouldn't it? Everything. Everything is in my inventory now, right? Those are heavy. Those are heavy. Those are not heavy. We don't care about those. Perfect. We're doing well. We're doing just great. Oh, there you go. I'm going to be so close. If I can get this all in here, I'm going to be stunned. Oh, I'm going to be stunned. Okay. Yeah, clearly I have that. Can I just fast? Quick deposit? Thank you. What is that? Take those. Can we have those? Take those. Can we quick deposit those too? It's not full. I think we're here. I think we got it. I think we got the whole base in one trip. I'm super excited. Couldn't be happier. Hey Revs, what'd you say? Sorry, I missed it. Just went into the deep desert. Seemed to have a lot more small spice fields, especially. Oh, you said that earlier. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know why that just jumped out at me. That's it. We're done. Get out of here, man. And the base is gone. It's been a great location, boys and girls. We'll see you, giant black tower. Goodbye. Not so big black tower. Yeah, I know. Kind of weird. Let's watch our temperature go up. Go to 850 and see how we
Sector
get.
weather alert.
2 hours. I'm not worried about that one. That one I am not worried about. Temperature's at 10. We're going to boost just because we can. If you can take the altitude, get the altitude. Fuel is cheap. There, my fuel just jumped down. It's so weird. It really feels like it was not that... I'll have to go back and look at it. Let's drop and get our speed back. I mean, I have plenty of fuel. That's not going to be a problem, but I swear. Yes, you can. You could build everything with granite, but plastone looks nice. That's the only reason I do it. It's got a... It's that Kaladin set, right? That is the game. Now, I think the first few bases we did in the DD were certainly granite. Easy to get. Doesn't require processing, right? Then I started, swapping pieces out to make sure, give it that nice green roof. Has a nice look. And the bonus is, it only takes half the material. Building in the deep desert takes half the material. What did we get here? I'll make sure I get my speed up, and then I will look around. Did we get an explosion? Oh, that was going to be a fallen ship. Somewhere up there's a ship coming in. Somewhere. I thought that was the sound of a ship. Okay, now I'm not paying attention. 153, what's my altitude? I can't see, there's too much chatting. Move it altitude back, please. Watch the temperature. Over 130, cut it off. Get the nose, so we get back to 153 on the way down. There you go. And we're headed for the blue wall. G2, is that the one that just popped? That would be straight back there. I don't see it, but I'm not saying that's not true. Temperature drops. Boost them up. So it's about three boosts to go out to row E1/2. If you're in a scout ornithopter, you can actually do the whole thing in a single glide. Chat talking about doing exactly what I'm doing right now, which is moving out. You could actually hang out here for hours. Like, it's not... It starts to kind of blow, but like, if I was confident I had time later tonight, I just don't want to run into some other issue in my personal schedule later tonight. And frankly, I try to do this stuff on the live stream because this is the cycle. And we've been building up for weeks, right? So if you go back 3 weeks, right? Maybe 4 weeks, right? If you go back 3 or 4 weeks, we weren't in the deep desert at all, right? Hadn't even come up here at all, just working Hagga Basin, just doing the PvE stuff. Once we reached a certain point, we come up to the deep desert, and let me find out where I'm at. We came up to the deep desert and started working that A row. Put our first base like in the middle of A5 in the center. Did that for a week, just kept working the A row, and at that point in time, everything above there was still PvE. Next week, we came back out, we put our base on the wall, B8. just a little bit out. It was still PvE area, but before the change. And then that week, they moved PvE out halfway to E. And so we put another base out in E3, maybe in the same sector. Tiny little base, just grabbed a spot and put up a base so that we could land out there and start to look around and just learn what was there, right? Learn, cross over and do more. And I know groups have gone out there and done it, but we were kind of, we weren't in a hurry. Just kind of preparing and making sure we had our position. And so this is the first base after the week where we started off on the main road. Get around here. Can I get in? Yep, there you go. So this is the first week we have just a base out on the E row, and it was a kind of, it was the first kind of custom stylized base, had the Kaladin structures, the plastone, the green roof. If we were Hark, we would, we'd make a big black tower, make it look like we're a bunch of psychos who, eat animals or whatever it is. Okay, so we're going to land not on top. We're going to land down here. This is the deep desert staging area this week. Boom. You got it right there. Get away from the wings. Okay, everything's folded up. That's all inside and safe. This is everything that came out of the deep desert this week. So I'm going to go ahead and those are supplies. I think those are, I'm going to put those in. I think that's clearly loot that got left up there. I don't know how that loot got left up there. The aluminum ore is not, that's not loot really. I mean, that's not material for building the base. So that's the main stuff. And then I go to the assault ornithopter, right? And we just, I'm going to sort this by volume. That's spice sand. So the spice sand is not part of the build out. So I'm going to go put that in a box someplace else. Put that in my backpack. Don't sort by that. So those I need to deal with. Those I need to deal with. I'm going to put those in there. We actually did use some darts. Do I have darts in any of the other boxes? I do, so I'm going to take those darts. So when you have a manufacturing device, a refiner or refiner mainly, you can fill the output slots with one dart apiece, and then you can tell it to feed into a circuit. So that's it. So those 4 boxes are everything it takes to build that base. This box has everything we need in order to build, I think it's power and water. Well, between these 2 boxes, power and water. So these 3 boxes right here all go back out, and that is, what is that? That's 928 V. That's the first box. That's how you get the base up. That's how you get the base up. That's how you get power to start with, and that's how you can start to put up your, that has all your shields. That calibrated servo count doesn't look right. What does it take to make a penta shield? Cobalt paste. We had 3 penta shields up there, and I don't think I have all the material for 3 penta shields. Oh. Yeah, hold on. Because it was half the material. Let me double check that just to make sure. So if I look down here, the penta shields are 2 steel ingots, 20 cobalt paste, and 6 calibrated servox. So if you're going to make 3 of them, you need 18 calibrated servox. You need 6, 60, and 8. And then when you go to the deep desert, you only need half. So it still seems like we don't have as much. It's almost like one of them got left. There's probably like a little packet up there with one of them in it. because I don't think there's enough in here to make what I need to make. So I'm going to take some cobalt paste, because I think we need at least 30 cobalt paste. Maybe we didn't get it all back. Could be. The servox are 18.9, so we're 2 short of those. And the steel is the steel's okay. Isn't the steel okay? We only need 3. But yeah, we're short. That's interesting. We're short a couple. That makes me a little nervous. And there's some extra. This was up here earlier, so I'm going to take. Is that right? I'm going to put those in the first box because they need to be there. That's more than enough. So that's the pentashields. That's the building itself. These are the temporary generators that you put up, and then fuel for the temporary generators. This is, that's for the boxes, the aluminum boxes, because you want to throw aluminum boxes out on the ground so you can start dumping all of the materials out of the assault ornithopter into those, and you can start building with them. I have the blueprint back up in the box. I need to put the blueprint down here. Yeah, it feels like I lost. I didn't check it before I left, but I know I took down 3 full pentashields, and so I know what the number should be on those 3 full pentashields. I don't think I took down one of them before. And then the granite, I don't know what I used the granite for. Clearly I had some granite somewhere. Maybe it was in some of the furniture we had or something like that. It could have been. Could have been in some of the furniture, which isn't necessary in the first round. So this is, you know, with the exception of, let me check the boxes real quickly. So if I look at storage, I had at least 4 of those. So that's 32 silicone blocks divided by 2. 90 aluminum ingots. There's, you know, that's enough to make 5 boxes, and that's fine. I'm not worried about storage boxes. And then we get over here, we get to, that's probably, one of those is a storage block too, guaranteed. Hey, Ryan. Oh, man. 500 cobalt paste is huge. Oh, yeah, I would hate to lose the launch, too. The 500 cobalt paste, that's heavy, and there's a lot there. And then all of this is what's necessary in this box for building the refinery and the other pieces. So that's it. That's the plan. And this other stuff I don't think is important. This is not critical stuff. Oh, and I don't know what that's about. We're going to go put these in a box someplace else. Where am I? And can I... I'm trying to do something here. There you go. That's what I want. I want to get up to my top landing pad. That's how we do it. There was an ornithopter in the way. Couple of aluminum ore deposited. I keep doing that. I have to stop doing that. That one has to be, I have to move that away or get those decaliter johns out of there because I don't want them. I was carrying 70 advanced servox. They were down in my, I wasn't even looking, they were in my inventory somewhere. I think this is the miscellaneous gear box for now. Very sophisticated. There's Iron's Vengeance. I don't know what I did. I think I went down there to kill, yeah, I went down there to kill scavengers for the Landsraad, and so I ended up with, I went to Dew Gap, clearly, because I, you know, and I went to, like, points of interest, I went to Broken Stone Station, and I picked up some extra stuff. I think this box over here has, a little, no, doesn't have any. Oh, I never started the, let me start the plastinium stuff. I was waiting for the rest of that to be there. I don't think I have much. I can make 17. We'll take them. We'll take them. So the base is moved. There you go. That was my purpose. The base is moved, and I should switch to something slightly better to wear. I'm going to go put that ED, that image, back down in the... Let's get these swapped out. Yep, that's the one we just took down, so we can rebuild it next week pretty easily. Feel like staking, we can do that too. Come on, get in there. Nice. And I think I'm carrying a scout ornithopter in my backup tool. Get off the wall, dude.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Can I stand on the box and get it? Can I get it to drop? Put it on top of the shield if I have to. But over here. There you go. You kicked around. Just in time. Back here for the sandstorm. Kicking. Absolutely thrilled. Worked exactly as planned. Oh, I know what I was going to do.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I'm not going to do it right away. I'm going to wait for the storm, but I swapped into the wrong armor. Although technically for the testing stations up there on the A row, it's not that big of a deal. That Saturnine still suit works just fine. I was going to go into one of them and see what it looked like, see if it was dicey. I can't imagine they would change. I assume both of those were. Can I make heal kits? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can tell I haven't been running those testing stations on the A row because when you run them, you end up with mountains of these Type 2 kits. It's the only ones I make. I don't make anything else. Because I do use them sometimes. I probably should get that other gun out. I'm going to go do testing stations. Yeah, I was using that. 5 fingers triple shot, that's fun. I've never used the last gun on anything. I could grab some jasmium before I get too far down. Where did those go? Oh, I already had a couple of them in inventory. What was I thinking? I have a vertical staking unit for the day I want to go higher, and I haven't done that yet. So I have a ridiculous number of survey probe guns because I continuously forget that I have them. I collect a lot of them. What else is going on over here? Radiation suit, miscellaneous stuff, gun. I do like having that long-range scanner, but I prefer it in the deep desert. Healed up. All the things I need. And half the things I don't need. Oh, I know what I should do. It's maintenance. Do the maintenance. I will forget. Cabin. None of that stuff takes damage, does it? Generator does. Can I get the engine from here? Nope, I can't. I think if I stand over here on the side, I can. Get the wing. Get the other wing. Other wing. Somewhere over here. There you go. That's everything, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. And thrusters. Nothing is wrong with these guys. Those are all popped off. This thing hasn't been float. I left it. Left it depleted. Those are brand new Mark 6 wings. I can see them. They're starting to take damage. I haven't even had the chance to get the other components upgraded yet either. That's what I want, though. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oops, wrong one. Almost had it right. Almost. What would be left this week that would be worth running up there? A1 and 2 are like utility tools, I think, most of the time. 4 and 5 are Saturnine suits. And some other miscellaneous stuff. I don't think A1 and 2 seem good. 8 and 9, there was something in 8 and 9 I thought was interesting. Oh! There was a Jolt sword, I think. Yeah, because my my Jolt sword was down. It was wearing out, and I think I had gotten it as part of a quest, so I didn't have the recipe, and I couldn't even repair those things. So, welding torch. Power pack. I'll wait on that. Doofer's best. I'm gonna wait on both of those. I'm not worried about those. Are we supply wise? 975 duraluminum, 57 plastinium. Huh, actually more than that. That came in from a different box. 74. That's good. We can build something down here. That's not terrible. I could produce some more aluminum. That wouldn't break my heart. I doubt I have any jasmine, so let's get some of that kicked. 495. I don't need that. Oh, I do have jasmine. So I could go up to 255 aluminum. So if I made 250 aluminum, that would be great. But I don't have enough. I don't have enough aluminum or anything. So I need a bunch of aluminum. And then I can go ahead and kick up the duraluminum again because I've got jasmine already. Let's, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I left my buggy over at that other base because I was driving materials over to it. I'm going to need a second buggy. gonna run out of spots to put buggies too. I think I'm gonna take that buggy over there on the aluminum run. After I run 8 and 9. So I can run 8 and 9 real quickly and see if I get an extra sword for my recipe bank. That would be great. I am running with storage open, but nothing in it. Smash the wall. I think you can go to 8 to 9 for like the whole evening. I don't think... I mean, what? It's going to be windy. It's going to be sand in the air. Imagine that. Arrakis. There's sand everywhere. And I guess it'll be interesting to see if the loot changes. Because most of the stuff up there, I think I'll recognize. Like, if something new comes up, I think I would recognize it. I could be wrong, but... If they change the ones in, you know, if they change the ones that were out in rows B, C, and whatever. If they change the ones in A, too. Maybe they redid all the loot. Maybe I need to spend the next several hours, like, just running those test stations. Not on stream, but... Might be worth cycling through to find out what's there, but people will find out and publish it. So that's the nice thing about it, is it's not like any of this stuff is a mystery. So there's yeah, those are the same ones. How far away is that? 2,500 meters. Yeah, Ryan, also, I think I saw a lot of discussion about that online in lots of other forums, too. So that was not even... That wasn't even an isolated incident. The lost material. A lot of people were talking about it. There's nobody here. Am I carrying, what do I have here? I have a life scanner on me. I don't know why that's on me. Stand compactor. None of those are particularly useful. Anyway. Whoops. I will scan as I go, because I like to know. Yeah, so this is exactly the same one that they just converted the one in B7 to, you know? What's up, guys? Except I'm sure the enemies are tougher, right? He just went through the door. Is he gonna come out this way? There's another one over here. Where did he go? Am I thirsty? Yes, I am thirsty. Have a drink. clearly all the usual suspects will be inside this room. Can I creep in? Like, will they even know I'm here? He doesn't move until then, does he? What are you doing, man? There he is. And he has the ability to hit me through just about everything, which is kind of fun, right? Oh, hold on. I don't even have anything over here for my general well-being. Oh, he got me. I'm all out of stamina. Got me all stamina'd out. Come on, bro. You can do it. Access granted. What you got, man? Nothing good? Yeah, this is... I was just going to say, it's kind of disappointing that that's what they put down there. Where's my, where did I just put my scanner gun? There it is. I want that over here. I like to use the life scanner. It's a good habit. I think it's a good habit. Ah, have a drink. Thanks. Don't mind if I do. Loot's in the other room on the way out. Take your armor plating. I could use that for something. Let's go to the side. Generic Holtzman shields. That's all fine. Get over here. What's in the box? Wings. Albatross wings. Okay. I stack them up. You just keep building them. They're not bad. At least for my level, they're fine. You know, like I don't turn them down. I'd love to put 6s on everything, but I think that's the that's regular loot for this particular dungeon. The albatross wings. Certainly nothing new. Yeah. I guess I could put Bendu Sprint on my bar, couldn't I? Since I'm not really using that Sentinel out here anyway. So, there's my, take it with you. I think it's right over here, isn't it? I think that's where we left it. I could try the shipwrecks up here. They were so bugged before. I don't know, what do they have? One of them has a... one of them has a cut array. A buggy cut array, I think. But it's for materials that aren't near anything I'm using a buggy for. This is it. A little too low. Phantom Fields. What's this one? So the last one was a long run or a long building. This is a 3 purple door building, as I recall. Sometimes there's people down here.
Oh.
Here's a shield. Is there a shield? Yeah, there's no shield. Cactus. There's cactus. So this looks darker too. So not only does my base seem darker, this is this has to be a setting on my PC. Like this is like, come on in, boys. We're just clearing them out for you. I'll wait. You can come kill some of them for me. We have bombs? Yeah, we have bombs on the wall. We can do all that. That's nice. Oh, there are guys in here. I so rarely find anybody down here. It's not funny. Where are they? Oh, let's scan, because it's fun. There's 3 of them. Come around the corner, man. There's a bunch up ahead. For what? Was he Atreides? I don't know what he is. Oh man, he hit me. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what I got credit for. Must be Atreides or something, right? Must be like... He had a green uniform. Oh, I'm gonna get, okay, I'll take it. Get intel points. 30. I'm sure I've been in here this week, but that's okay.
Meow.
What was that, man? Just in time. Did he meow at me? He might have. He might have meowed. Let's go, man. After you. Did you not get the band? I don't want him to feel left out. I'm not using the Bendu sprint. Come on. I'll wait for you. You can join me. It'll be great.
There's someone here. Where's my
I don't have my shield on? Why is my shield not on? Did my shield break? Or my power supply broke? Something? I don't know what happened. I got lost in there or something. What happened? Nothing's broken. I did something terribly wrong. It's okay. I'm glad that guy's here. Solved all my problems. What's in the box? Man, I don't even know what's in here. I have darts, but we like darts. Darts are great. Yeah, I don't need the beer. Scrubber. I don't know. Whatever the scrubber is. I think I've had a scrubber before. I don't know what it is. Well, you know. So these are identical. Nothing. I don't think anything changed here. Murder sauce. It's a good name. Is he gonna run? Murder sauce. Well, that was okay, but underwhelming. But it did answer the question, which is nothing's changed. I'm not going to assume anything is different for the rest of them. And they'll be the same next week. They just changed the ones that were out in the PvE area across the wall. Yeah. I'm up in the air. That's what we do with them. Hey, just a reminder, I'm dual streaming over on Twitch/Kineer Gaming. Get a chance, watch over there, give me a follow. It's great. I'm trying to get up to 100 followers on Twitch. I think I'm at 89 or 90 right now, so I'm pretty close. Which is pretty cool. There's bits and cheers and things like that over there. I think, I don't know if the, I don't think the Twitch drops are still active after tomorrow. So if you haven't gotten them by now, it's like 3 building pieces you can get for free, and then if you gift some subscriptions over there, 2 subscriptions, you get a set of like clothing for an Atreides officer, which is nice, but you know, it's you're essentially you're buying it. It's a pretty expensive DLC, really. I did it. I went over and gave somebody else I follow a couple of subs and got the uniform because it was nice. I thought I was supposed to get one too just because I'm streaming, but Funcom did not think so. Funcom had other plans. Slight delay. So now, if only I had a base around the corner. Can I land in here? Oh, I went out the other side. I was trying to be clever. So close. I'll get that right sometime. Not today, clearly. So now, as long as we don't have a storm here, let's see, I don't need a ramp. I can just drive off the front of the conference center, can't I? Perfect. That's exactly what I needed to do. I don't really want to be going east either. What's up, bro? Buggy garage going on. Happy. I need some aluminum. Clearly I need aluminum. It is a little laggy. What's up, man? This is my new friend. His name is H2O. We're going to take him back to base, and we're going to put him in a special little box. Oh, I didn't have enough room to pick him up, did I? Oh, okay, hold on. Fine. I need a little more space. Those don't weigh anything. Very sad. Where's my corpse? There you go. Thank you. There, now I got him. Yeah, I should be able to stack a little bit of aluminum in here. Not a lot. A useful amount. Just enough to get me up to that duraluminum phase, or duraluminum mark. This thing turns like a pig. Couldn't be the driver. Could not be me. Clearly not me. We'll just grab a little bit and go back to the main base. Throw it in the box, or throw it in the hopper. I used to have some aluminum nodes up there near his door. Ooh, I wonder if somebody's been through here. No, they're here. For a minute it looked like I was missing a lot of aluminum nodes. $702. That one. I thought I turned the radio on, but I didn't. Propaganda to drive by. Ready to change stations. I did. Imperium Classics. No, that's what I want. It's Harvester Radio. I don't hear anything. It was a strange audio effect. I like how that rock stood up by the time it recognized it was going to be mine. Excuse me, let me stand up and present you with a proper profile for mining. I don't think there are any enemies over here, are there? I don't remember there being like outside enemies, which is weird. Somebody's been through here recently. Jump to the passenger seat. I'm not going to take a loop down through there. I'm going to go back this way. Let's get out of here. Just head home. 2100. We'll give you 300. Dang. I think I was just shooting for another 250 duralumin because I've got 1,000 jasmium. That was my goal, not a complex plan. I don't want to spend too many hours out here chasing aluminum nodes. You guys really want to come fight me? I'll take you for a ride in my buggy. Oh, they're fighting someone else. I wonder if those are the Atreides troops. Is he shielded? He didn't make it. Take a shot at me, buddy. He didn't make it either. Is there anybody else up there? I don't think so. Three bodies? Oh, there you go. The radio finally kicked in.
Arrakis Playhouse production of
Storage is
5
full.
Days at Carthage. Brought to you by the generous patronage of the Padishah Emperor and the tireless support of the Spice Miners
Fine.
Fellowship and Leisure Committee.
My inventory is full. Their inventory is full.
It's time to dim the lights and return with us to those fateful days before catastrophe came calling.
It's weird that it was like
Part
off for
2 of
3 or 4 minutes.
5 Days.
I don't listen to it that much. I don't know if you guys ever listen to the radio on this thing.
The Imperial Scenarist Guild has been provided unfettered access to the sealed records and testimonies of those who survived the Carthage incident. The following dramatization represents
Carthage
the official truth.
DLC out
and
there.
signed by the Imperial
Carthage
Chamber
location
Court
out on
and
the whole
Open
map is
Council.
pretty fun.
So let us
Well worth going through the
to the
storyline.
burning sands of Arrakis, a desert planet in a far-flung corner of the known universe.
And I have no processing capability at the new guild base yet, so I have to take this back
And
to
the war
my
of
base.
assassins between House
My base.
Atreides and their ancient enemy House Harkonnen is well underway. We join our story in the bleak hills of the Simpo
And
a barren and windswept place, devoid of any life.
I have to
But for
drive
the
around
crew
this
of
guy that built
smugglers,
the
carefully
base across the
negotiating the
path.
rat-blasted hellscape.
The locals say these hills are haunted.
What locals? There are no locals. Not
yeah, I
anymore.
can't drive up there anymore. I used to be able to just turn right and go back to my base, and now I can't.
She called them Jinn.
The bigger question is, how the hell a half-blind fortune teller of ours sent Noon to talk about these hills at all? Did we not agree to keep quiet about coming here? Simple was a restricted sector. Sardaukar kill on sight if they find you.
I didn't say we were coming. I asked if it was haunted. Shingo and Max were saying it was, and I don't want any part of any ghosts or jinns or whatever.
So, what your
Got some
half-blind
air off of
fortune
that.
teller
It's
say?
pretty cool.
He told us an
I get a lot of
old
air
tale
off
about
these
the Angry spirits.
What are
Born
they,
when
dull?
someone
I don't know
dies
what they are.
suddenly
Little
and
barrier
violently,
blocks up here.
without knowing the how or why of it.
They make you fly. These right here.
Sorry, Stisk. Well said you had people in Simpo.
There we go. At least I have a path back.
Contact. Get ready. Around the next bend on my mark.
I had a good neighbor for probably 3 weeks up here, so.
Hold up! Hold up!
What is
There's
it?
my little Harko bike. I did finally buy all the Harkonnen. Turn that off. That drives me
Got
crazy.
it in my mouth.
Looks like it could have...
I did buy all the Harkonnen, like, well, not all of them. I bought some of the Harkonnen variants and things like that. They're pretty neat. I like them. Some of them look pretty tough. Okay, you can have that body, and then from the buggy, how many do I have? Is it just one? Not quite the collection there. What's in here? Let's do that. Come on. Not this one. Oh, that's got a lot of storage in it. So this is probably a good place for the aluminum. I think that's where I normally put it. So close. Almost had it all. Yeah, those two will be fine. The rest of this stuff. Why is that sorted? Oh, that's the vehicle. Oh, I put my own stuff in there. I gotta get all that out of here. Yeah, that was my fault. Nope. Put that back. Oh, actually, I can put that in the box next to me. There we go. Do not auto put those things in there. There you go. Get in there. Those can go in a box someplace else. Oh man, that's a lot of them. We're just gonna go crunch those up. We'll get rid of those. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Put the gun away. Is that it? That's about it. I don't know why there's aluminum in there. That's all materials that can go back in the boxes. A little more darts. I don't know. Oh, is the scrubber one I'm carrying? It is the one I'm carrying. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I want to go ahead and learn that one. Keep that as a backup. Learn the wings. Get that aluminum cooking. These pieces need to be over here. How much? Now I have no other purpose for aluminum other than this, so we're just going to max it out, and then once it's done, I'll line up 250. I need to wait for at least 100 of those to process.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
And there's this, oh, sandstorm starts to hit in an hour. Okay. Inkslinger, the Hark vehicles are ugly. I bought the medium ornithopter and ground vehicle. I don't know if I have the ornithopter. Never looked at it. It looks like a bug, doesn't it? I thought that, well, the ground vehicle. Yeah. So one of our guild members bought the ground vehicle one, and the buggy he put down there for jasmine mining is the Harko one. Not the biggest fan of the wheels. I don't think. Hold on a second here. I don't even know. Let's find out. left my I'm gonna land this back up top. Even though it needs to be down there for staging for tomorrow, it's just, I think it's a little easier to see what I'm doing here. Yeah, we won. Atreides won. Okay. This is just barely big enough to hold this thing. It's crazy. Just got hit by the wings. But they fit, just barely. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? This is kind of crazy. I don't know if I have that. Oops. Customize. Yeah, I didn't buy the no. Oh no, that's the Atreides one. I didn't buy that one. I didn't get the Ornithopter ones. I got the bike one, which is, I thought it looked alright. The sand bike. Because it reminds me of like a, like a real world sand bike. Where is it? Go. It's kind of hard to see. I didn't think it was terrible. It just looks like a beach toy. With the big bubble wheels. I did the, I think I have the armor pieces too. And they're, if you want to go kind of gothy black, they're fine. Oops. Even have enough light in here? What did I get here? So if I do this, do I have a Harkonnen scout helmet? I do have a scout helmet. I don't even think I'm wearing. No color. That, I don't like that. I have colors on them. I don't want the colors on them. You can't really see what they look like without the colors, right? Okay. And then go to I and hit D and turn the helmet back on. So it's like a black and a purple. So it's not the worst. I don't like the, I'm not a big helmet guy anyway. I didn't notice the purple before. And the cape being see-through is a little weird, but maybe, is that because I'm wearing the light armor? I don't know what it looks like. It's kind of weird. Yeah, like I said, I don't mind that. I don't mind the sand bike one. This is not, I don't like purple. And, like, I thought I saw the Harkonnen. Oh, I have the Harkonnen color scheme. Like it was a dark one with a little bit of reddish on it, which I thought looked all right on the Ornithopter. But I was using the Atreides variant, so the Atreides variant with the color scheme was okay. This is a little weird now that I'm looking at it. It looks better in here. I don't know why it's purple. It's. I go stand in the sunlight. Does it look that way? And the clear cape I didn't notice until just now. I thought it was just shiny or something. Yeah. I'm not sure. I would not walk around in that. So, I don't think so. Like, this is kind of my favorite, is sunset dye. You do that all at once? Yeah. I do like that sunset dye swatch. And this is light armor, and I think that looks pretty good. And the cape, of course, looks like an actual cape. It's not see-through or whatever. And I'm okay with the helmet on this one too, which I think is pretty cool looking. I think that's all right. But I don't usually go with like the soup, like the hyper green either. That's the Harkonnen swatch. What is that? Chome. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I go with that. Get back inside. I'm going to take a couple minute break real quick. I'll be back and we'll figure out what to do next. All right, we're back here. I think I'm going to wrap this thing up for today. I did start a little bit later today. So thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it if you hung out for a little while. If you get a chance, it'd be great if you could hit the like button on the YouTube video. Just going to spin around there and take a look at it. Looks like a couple of you have already. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel, helps YouTube to know that people are over here watching, and then they share it with other people and all the good stuff. If you have any questions or comments afterwards, feel free to leave them on the videos. Any suggestions, or if you heard me ask a question along the way and you know the answer and you want to share it with everybody that checks out the video later, please do so. Just a reminder, I do try to stream most days starting sometime at around 11 a.m. Central Time, Chicago time, U.S. Of quite frankly, today I was a couple hours late. I've got some work going on. Probably not going to stream on Wednesday this week, but I should be online tomorrow as well. And we will get set up immediately in the deep desert as soon as the storm is over. And I think it's going to start early, so I'll probably be online. I'm not going to stream at 6 in the morning, but I probably have to log in and do that before the stream later on, just because it fills up so quickly. So if you're if you're playing and you're going back out there again too, I noticed last week by 6 a.m. The bases were starting to fill in. So I feel like I got to get out there and start mapping and grab something right off the bat, or else you're going to end up who knows where at that point in time. So with that, this is Kineer, and I'm out of here. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.